Now's the time for us to take control. No matter what you do, you gotta ace your world. Don't get all skeptical, you better step into the light to find the might and let your spirit glow. Now's the time for us to take control. No matter what you do, you gotta ace your world. Don't get all skeptical, you better step into the light to find the might and let your spirit glow. Rise up, no one's holding us down. Hold that, cause we gonna get higher. True kings do not need to be crowned. This is our time. Time is up, can't you hear this sound? Nothing you can't do, we got the power. Till we die, till we go. You can kill a fire.
You can kill a fire, you can kill a fire. Hayaang mamatay na rin till we die. They be asking who am I show him tonight. Cause I'll be brighter every time you deny me light.
I've been beating the birds, fighting the music. I go harder and harder and never lose it. I've been trying and trying to keep refusing, but I know who I am, I don't need to prove it. Yeah, now's the time for us to take control. No matter what you do, you gotta ace your world.
You get skeptical, you better step into the light to find the might and let your spirit glow.
Rise up, no one's holding us down. Hold that, cause we gonna get higher. True kings do not need to be crowned. This is our time. Time is up, can't you hear this sound? Nothing you can do, we got the power. Till we die, till we go. You look past the rest of me. Now you just won't get the best of me, yeah. I've assembled this energy, I'm ace more than ready. Once the tower over me, don't let it make it change my destiny. So pick up these chains and make a change, so prepare. Yeah! We'll make it known, this is the road. Don't turn it low, don't bow the horse. Don't let it go, won't take control. Papalakas na papalakas, Hindi na maganda, babaguhin natin ang lahat ng sinabitan. Gagawin kong maruya. Di ko alam na ang kami si mawala. Hanggang alay masulat sa lapida. Now's the time for us to take control. No matter what you do, you better ace your world. Better ace your world. Better ace your world. You better ace your world. Now's the time for us to take control. No matter what you do, you gotta ace your world. Don't get skeptical, you better step into the light to find the might and let your spirit go. Rise up, no one's holding us down. Hold that, cause we gonna get higher. True kings do not need to be crowned. This is our time. Time is up, can't you hear this sound? Nothing you can't do, we got the power. Till we die, till we go. You can kill a fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Group Stage
Stage
time!
time!
Welcome everybody to Predator League 2030. My name is Ramon and with me is Mochi. We are down in the middle ground where this is the group stages. We are fighting for the spots for the playoffs to find out who will represent the Philippines in the APAC Predator League.
Well, actually, I just want to mention the music videos that we have seen earlier, no?
Hype me up.
It hypes you up, it makes you be in the zone na we are already here in the second phase, and little by little, nalalapit na tayo sa grand finals natin. I am quite excited for the APAC one as well. And at the same time, parang ano yun, no? Literal na yung second MV natin. I remember it's been used in our previous Predator
Yeah.
League as well. And I remember that the vocalist, when we interviewed him, ang binanggit niya sa akin is yun nga, ang pinakamalupit mong kalaban ay ang sarili mo. So, this might possibly apply amongst our players. I feel like sa lahat naman.
Kaya
But
nga
most importantly for the players who will be fighting up for the stakes na nakalatag sa ating tables right here, right now, especially this is in a round-robin format.
It's been a phenomenal event so far, but we have to think about whoever has made all of this possible. So I would like to give this opportunity to thank the Games and Amusement Board for making Predator League, the Philippine Qualifiers, possible. And it has all been thanks to them that we have been showing top-tier events all throughout for Predator League. It has been a storyline for a lot of these teams dito, and the favorites surrounded by a ton of other strong teams na gustong-gustong ma-prove na sila ang worthy na pwedeng tumapat sa mga Singaporean, Indonesian, lahat ng mga nasa APAC na teams natin na gustong makakuha ng spot para sa Predator League natin. And it has been a long brawl, and we're just getting started kasi group stages pa lang, dito yung matagal ang mga laban, mga kaibigan.
Yes, definitely. And as far as we may recall, we have 8 teams, definitely. Naos, Oasis, the usual big days, Valhalla, na halos lahat ng mga teams na crucial dito sa Pilipinas, may representative sila. Diba? We also have the underdogs or some people here that we are not quite unsure of or known for before, no? We have Virtual Grounds, we have Agtang Bangot Singot, we have Ivy League Gaming, and the ones that are usually in the mid-tier na mga what they call these teams natin. Definitely, it is going to be Action PH, Zol, Esports. So I guess this is going to be such of a roller coaster ride, especially that we don't know what to expect. And I think what we should expect na lang siguro is kung magkakaroon ba ng contribution yung mga hinarap nila from qualifiers up until now. Kasi parang ano na yun, fine-tuning na eh.
Yeah,
In
polishing
terms of-
na lang.
Yeah, polishing na lang. Oh, ito na yung nakuha nyo before. Paano nyo siya maa-apply ngayon na all sticks on the board already?
Lalo na kasi napanood na ng mga teams na yun, yung mga nakakalaban nila before. So they're gonna be expecting a lot of stress later on. So if they're gonna bring something new to the table, that will be one hell of a factor to put into sa tournament natin. Which, by the way, is the group stages, mga kaibigan. Let's take a look at what the tournament has been all throughout. Dahil meron tayong naging qualifiers, and it has been 8 strong days for Predator League as a whole. 4 na on-site qualifiers where we've been searching for the best Filipino team sa bawat sikot ng Pilipinas. We went from Cebu, Davao, Cavite, as well as Pampanga para malaman kung sino yung malakas all throughout sa on-site qualifiers natin. Pero sa online qualifiers, that was when all the bloodbath, all of the pressure was all on the teams kasi ang daming mga bumabalik, ang daming mga gustong ma-improve yung sarili nila sa bawat qualifiers na yun. Pero yung mga nag-stand tall ay yung mga nasa group stages, and this is where they all want to compete, to test their limits, and to test their skill ngayon sa mga top-tier teams natin.
And not only that, parang dun din evident na lahat sila mas lumalapit yung mga scores natin, no? We also have, nandito tayo ngayon sa group stage, our phase 2, first day, and definitely you see kung sino-sino yung mga magtatapat-tapatan dyan. And you may be informed already because if you're updated, no, sa page natin, then definitely malalaman nyo yan. And also, kung sino man ang top 2 ng kada group natin, we have Group A and Group B. Group B is gonna be tomorrow. Mananalo or magpaproceed sila dito sa playoffs natin, which is phase 3. Definitely gonna be participating in our Predator League 2024 Philippine Grand Finals, and the champions from the Philippine or local Grand Finals will be having the chance to represent Philippines at the APAC Predator League Finals.
Yeah, it's been a pivotal event para sa lahat ng mga gustong improve ang sarili nila dito sa stage natin. And this is the most important test nga naman. The endurance para malaman kung kayang-kaya nyo makapagtapat sa mga best teams natin in the Philippines. But what are they trying to prove with, diba? Ano yung mga pinaglalaban natin dito sa lahat ng mga naglalaro sa group stages sa mga playoffs? Well, malalaman nyo ngayon ngayon kaibigan dahil ang prize pool natin has been distributed all throughout sa PLPH Finals, but before that, they went through the qualifying stage. And in 8 instances, yung mga first place winners nakakuha ng 5,000 pesos. That's right, ang lahat ng mga nanalo at nakapasok dito sa group stages ay nagkaroon ng 5,000 pesos. But now the stakes are on the line kasi now they're fighting for a spot for the PLPH Finals where the top 4 teams will be heading on para ma-improve ang kanilang panalo. The prize pool has been 500,000 pesos at distributed yan lahat sa apat ng mga teams natin dito. Ang 3rd at 4th place winner makakuha ng 55,000 pesos each, where the 2nd place will get 100,000 pesos and the 1st place prize winner will get the 250,000 peso prize.
Grabe, no? So, all 6 on the table
Bigat.
here. This is gonna be really interesting for our teams kasi other than the fact na meron sila mga pinaglalaban dito sa sarili nila na hindi kami underdog, kailangan consistent kami, di ba?
Yeah.
So, it is going to be really nice kasi not only that, they'll be having the lion's share of 500k prize pool and like what we have been able to mention, yan yung kanilang hatian. So, it's already up to them how they will be able to perform at their best.
Yeah, and now we have to take care or take a look at kung ano yung mga nag-distribute sa mga groups natin since the group stages they will all see action on broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen, from 1 p.m. hanggang 5:30 tayo. Magkita tayo kung sino yung best out of Group A for today. And for tomorrow, we also have Ivy League, Zol Esports, OS Gaming, Agtang Bahog Singot for our Group B matches. Talagang kita mo dalawa lang yung kung sino yung mga teams natin ang hindi franchise teams or hindi sila in the VCT as a whole, diba? So, sila yung may pinakamalaking challenge dito. Kasi they're all surrounded by favorites.
Yeah.
So, who will rise out from the top? Who will stand out? Who will prevail sa lahat ng mga nandito?
And of course, para na tayo dito, no, quality over quantity nga naman talaga yung magiging team natin. It is also quite interesting to see kung ano yung mga pinagkatapat-tapat ng mga teams dito. It's a mix of the underdogs, it's a mix of the mid-tier teams, it's the mix of the pros that we are really familiar with. Specifically dito from Naos, Filtergrounds, Valhalla, and Action PH. To be honest, I'm not quite sure kung ano or paano mag-mix and match itong mga teams natin ngayon dito, considering na all of them's been able to exhibit their prowess in the previous days na meron tayo. Right now, it is going to be just, you know, parang ano na to parang meron na atang chance na gumuho yung mundo dito.
Kaya nga parang ang stuck kasi ng Group
Sobrang
A
stuck, yeah.
Sobrang stuck. Hindi mo alam kung sino yung lalabas dito. That everybody has an equal chance of winning this time around. Wala tayong clear na favorite kasi nandoon ang Naos, nandoon ang ating Action PH. So you also expect Valhalla to also be the dark horse dito no? But we'll have to talk about that later because the first match of the day, mga kaibigan, para sa group stage natin is NAS Esports versus Virtual Ground Esports. The new guys on the block, ang Virtual Ground. Pero sila yung pinakaunang nag-qualify sa ating qualifiers natin dito ngayon. Hindi sila makikita sa kahit anong VCT stage. These are the guys that want to put their names on the mark. Ito yung things about esports tournaments, diba? Ikaw yung gustong maglaro para sa team mo, diba? Ikaw yung gustong makapag-have fun with your friends, tapos gusto mo high-stakes battle lang naman. Paano kung kalaban mo, pinakaunang day pa lang, ang top 1 sa PH scene ngayon?
Yeah, this is actually a lot of pressure, to be honest, diba? And we have been able to see then kung sino yung mga players na stand out sa kanila, specifically dun sa Virtual Grounds Esports. We have Aijin, no? Siya yung game changer nun. Siya yung gumagawa ng mga crucial pickups and rounds. And dito naman for now, specifically, we have been able to see na sobrang tindi ng pagdaanan nilang match against Oasis.
Yeah.
Sobrang close, 13-11 as far as I may recall. Specifically, Papi Chulo's been able to pave their way into this one because napakatindin kung paano siya naging calm, collected, consistent all throughout the game and has been able to be named or deemed from our qualifiers as a quote-unquote clutch machine kasi ganon karaming crucial rounds yung naipapanalo niya.
Yeah, kung siya yung nagpe-pave ng way, sino ba yung nagtatawid para matapos ang lahat ng ito, diba? So, Wits at saka yung combo with the duo kasama ng coach niya na si A-Mix. Silang dalawa ang parang nakapag-smoothen ng process after maitawid agad ni Papi Chulo ang lahat, diba? Kung siya yung nag-clutch, silang dalawa ang mismong nagmadali para sa kanila para okay lang na natatalo tayo sa una. Parang pinapang-reset nila mentally yung mga players natin, diba? So,
which is a must.
It's like half of the battle kung maganda yung aim mo, okay na yun. Pero kung hindi ka matindi sa battle mentally, then how are you in a war where pag mas matagal yung laban,
Yeah.
sino yung mas nakakatagal sa kanila, di ba? Oasis Gaming, they started off really strong nung laban na yon, pero nung nagtagal, Naos Esports were able to throw it over the line when it mattered the most. So, Papi Chulo being the MVP of that match, can he fulfill that role again? Yun yung pinakamalaking question sa kanila eh.
Or
Can
if
just
not-
step up in the moments where Papi Chulo is not the one heating up, diba?
Yeah, pero what if naman na meron ding iba na mag-stand up? Kasi most importantly, hindi naman pwede na all eyes on some specific player. All of them still has this share of the job to be done, diba? So, hindi naman pwede na all the dirty work kay Papi Chulo.
That's
Lalo.
true,
So,
that's
ang
true.
lahat naman ng mga teams natin dito will be able to exert their own prowess, their own strengths, and just hope na hindi sila mag-take over ng kanilang mga weaknesses. And once again, it's all about the mental nga rin nga talaga.
That's
Kasi sabihin na natin na you're not playing at the tip-top shape that they usually do,
Yeah.
then most importantly, it would be best na you will be able to cooperate with your team, find some ways how you'll be able to combo your skills with them, how you'll be able to try and lessen the impact or the negative impact that you've been able to contribute. So, I think that is also something crucial na kailangan natin i-take into account. And what I am also considering here is paano kaya magkakaroon ng influence yung dami ng games nila for today sa kanilang performance. Kasi like
Yeah.
what you've been able to mention kanina, mang consistency is always the key. But what if the pressure is just, it's just
Yeah.
accelerating
Yeah.
as time goes by?
Para kapag wala doon yung endurance, di ba? Kasi matagal kasi maglalaro yung Naos today, as well as like the other teams today.
Yeah.
They have 3 live streamed matches para sa atin, pero meron pa silang mga off-stream games mamaya. So, kung hindi counted yung mga 3 games na mag-broadcast mamaya, di may laro pa sila, behind the camera. So, ano may expect natin from all of these teams? The group stages is the ultimate test for them, and if kaya nilang magtagal, then they're rewarded with the spot para sa ating playoffs, mga kaibigan. And same could be said as well for Virtual Ground Esports, kasi sila yung bago, di ba? Sila yung parang wala masyadong experience sa tournaments sa ganito, hindi pa sila nakapag-group stages sa ibang mga tournaments. What if, pag nagtagal, hindi sila nakakatagal, di ba? What if nanalo sila sa Naos? Let's say, in a perfect world, they win against Naos, right? Kalaban nila mamaya Valhalla. Mamaya kalaban din nila yung
Hanggang saan
Action
aabot
PH,
yung
diba?
lakas na in-exert nila
Yeah,
from the
exactly,
first
'di ba?
time.
Kung
Yeah.
tataas yung kanilang ceiling ngayon, what if mamaya mapapagod na sila? Kaya ba nilang tagalan 'yun, 'di ba?
It's also how about you be able, there's a lot of stuff that you have to consider as a player. Like, sige, hanggang saan nga ba ako tatagal? Sabihin na natin na yes, I've been able to perform strong the first 2 games. Paano pagdating ng third?
That's
I need someone to cover up for me na, parang mga ganun. There's a lot of stuff that you have to consider and you have to discuss with your team members as well. Like, once again, consistency, communication, ang daing C's na tayong
Sobra.
sinasabi dito. But all of those are always really crucial in how you'll be able to meet victory.
Yeah, time for talk is over, mga kaibigan. We're in towards the game draft. Para malaman kung ano yung magiging picks natin dito ay double duelist comp para sa Naos on Ascent. Very, very interesting kasi usually they be one of the teams na kumukuha ng double initiator. You put Wits on the KO and he will be the guy to assist yung si Jack if in an instance na kailangan niya ng rifle or at least additional utility, diba? But he wants to be the guy carrying the team to victory. Siya yung may gusto na magte-trade kay Jack kapag siya yung una namatay, siya naman yung gagawa para sa team ng Naos. That's interesting.
Actually, gusto ata ng Naos dito. Madugo yung magiging laban nila for the first time. I feel like this is also a good strat for them to actually use kasi this just pumps them up. This makes them much more susceptible to how they'll be able to set the standards for themselves. So I feel like that's a good mindset as well. For the side of Virtual Ground Esports, parang really interesting din. They are also on a double duelist comp, but it is drastically different from the ages that we have here. It is Phoenix and Arrays. Phoenix, I can understand the reason why they should use the Phoenix, but for Arrays, medyo, parang there's up to something. They're up to
Yeah,
something,
yeah. They're cooking something and we're gonna see if
Let
it's
them
gonna be
cook.
good, no? Pero at this point, no? May bago tayong mangyayari dito. Now, we're gonna be putting out our predictions, mga kaibigan.
Uy, kala ko ba bawal ba yun?
Hindi,
Ah,
dapat
okay, okay.
mabilisan lang, para magkaroon tayo ng konting magiging
Yeah.
prediction dito. I think I'm gonna put my chips on Naos just to be safe, no? Kasi they're the top 1 team, and I can understand if this double duelist comp is just to challenge yung magiging playstyle ng Virtual Ground. Kasi they've been known to play double duelist comp anyway, so if we beat them at their game, then that is a statement to be put here. I really like what I'm seeing here from Naos?
Arnan, because I bro feel like Naos is gonna win it for nagul. I want to put my chips on the underdogs because I love underdog stories, pretty similar to what Juicy Breezy is onto. By the way, shout out. And for Naos though, I mean, it's already a given. All the stats, all the experience, all the achievements that they've been able to get up until now and how they've been able to refine themselves further and further, well, Naos is definitely my ball.
Alright, well, Naos para sa pareho namin casters dito. And as we're heading into the game, we're gonna see if Naos are gonna be giving the pressure dito sa virtual ground. The new chip on the block, mga kaibigan, and on the Ascent map, matcha-challenge ang parehong double duelist comp natin. Interesting, ano? Parang wala akong nakikitang op na candidate para sa virtual ground, which, in my eyes, Ascent is like one of those operator maps that usually a duelist that can really use the operator to perfection. No? I think he can thrive here as long as he's given a good environment.
Definitely. We'll see about that. But so far, inumpisahan na kaagad ng mid-control pushes natin dito. And yes, they're just rushing all the way from mid towards A. And they are definitely catching them off guard. Nagkakitaan dito ang dalawang kampo. Pero si Naos pa rin ang merong kalamangan dito in terms of the trades. And mukhang nagpa-follow up na ang ibang members natin dito from the side of Virtual Ground Esports, but at the same time, they're being restrained by the vision na kung meron sila. But nako, si Sang may napabagsak na. Mukhang mababaliktad pa ata. 1v2 na ang ating laruan natin ngayon. Pero never mind, mukhang si Nexy lang naman ang move-up para dito sa first round natin ngayon and on a Killjoy pick as well.
Simultaneous pressure from both main at saka dun sa Heaven on that second engagement. Pero dun sa pinakauna, it is from that dice position where ginamit na din yung main position para ma-pinch in yung kung saan manggagaling ang Naos. Wala kasi silang A-main push Pero it didn't matter dahil doon sa naging split nila. Pagkatapos pumasok si Ja into the side, he decided na siya na lang magpo-focus dun sa main. Pero hindi siya dapat yung papatay. Dapat yung pangalawang pumasok doon sa short para siya naman yung kukuha kasi Ja is not guaranteed a kill. He was guaranteed for the entry. The space given. Naos already had the time para mapag-rotate onto the Heaven position. This time they have the split. Now to overwhelm Tesseract. They have all the cards on the chips dito sa loob ng A-main. But they still have the site itself. Naos still rotating back onto main. Surprising agad tong si Sang. Second para dito sa Naos. They just know every single point of the defense for virtual ground, and they have no business even taking this flag out from field that Nexy was able to neutralize. 1v4 that has been capitalized by Ja. Second frag para kay Ja. Another round para sa Naos and a very clean sweep in their pistols.
This is definitely wise for the side of Naos, no? They can do these types of plays like parang for funsies lang, but at the same time, napakahirap niyang i-address. Specifically, coming from dito sa mid-top natin all the way from G to A, that just means that you wanted to try to segment yung mga members natin for the side of Virtual Ground Esports, break their positioning and break them from how they will be able to come up with one another and capitalize on the power that they currently have. But now, it seems like that is a good side here for the side of Naos. Naos already to buy down. Let's see if Virtual Ground Esports has a chance.
Yeah, capitalizing on the paranoia given to him by Papi Chulo. Also got mollied off, so yung bawat extremity, yung bawat points of contention from Virtual Ground has been mollied, taken care of, cleared out para sa push ng Naos, pero sa Heaven pa rin maglalabas ang Virtual Ground, lalo na't ginamit nila dalawang flashes nila from the Phoenix. Donkey, good shot over to Papi Chulo, second from AJ Zin, a second frag from Donkey, where they clean up now sa loob ng site, and it's all in doon sa loob ng Heaven position for Virtual Ground as they sweep a first round on the board needed for their buy.
As they should, because it's a buy round, come on. But at the same time, parang talagang nawiwili si Nao sa paggawa ng shots nila na, you know what, let's just rush, dire-diretso tayo sa A. But now, it's prevalent that they might switch something up, and kung sakali man nagagawin nila yun, this is, I think ito na yung time na medyo they should hold their horses because Virtual Ground Esports might not be easy to manipulate as they think.
Yeah, sobrang fast-paced nga na laro natin so far no? Naos, they're the type of team that really want to put the pedal to the metal, but now in their own buy round, this is when they want to keep things quiet, keep things simple. Sige, mid-bottom position tayo. Keep Ja in a position where he can hold off yung CT position while A short's also being contested by Naos, where you put all of your control dito kay Wits. he's the guy that can pop off when needed. No? What is the game plan leader for now? Just try to find out where the Killjoy is, try to find out where the Straggler is?
Possibly, but they're opting for dito sa mid area natin. Deeper and deeper until na may nakita na sila and they've been able to pop these heads here. Sang ang mauuna and they will be able to commit dito sa B-side natin. Claim it for themselves si Tesseract. Mukhang meron pang nakuha dito na si Phil. And mukhang di na feel sa sarili kasi patay na siya eh. But on the brighter side of things, Aizen will be able to get wits as well. -1 versus their duelist, pero just like that, agad nilang respondehan yung kanyang kasama. Wits will be falling down, but the rest would be falling down with him as well.
It's almost like they did their homework, diba? Just controlling the tempo on this double duelist comp. They like to play fast. And I'm talking about Virtual Ground Esports. In their first qualifier, they're the ones who like to put the pedal to the metal. Shift into the 6th gear. Try to overwhelm your opponents. Give Sang a position para makakuha siya ng map space for the team. But this was when they were on the draft where they kind of got contested then, no?
Yeah.
Naos decided to go for the attacking side of things. They're the ones controlling the tempo. They're the ones getting the space over at CT. They split up. They get themselves in B side. Pakatapos patayin yung nag-iisa nag-hold ng side. And after that mid-push, it was just all for naught kasi sa CT lang sila mag-rotate. Ja, great on the shot dito kay Sang. Really good opening for Naos Esports, controlling the tempo of this anti-eco with Mofo. A second frag from the Sheriff. He has been unlocked, mga kaibigan, and even given an upgrade.
And definitely, this is going to be Naos ball. Nung nga mang gagawin natin dito, hindi natin na-expect na mawawala yung dalawang kasama natin. Pero ngayon nasa B-site na sila and they have no other choice but to commit onto this one. Panindigan ang kanilang napagdesisyonan. And we have them trying to pry into our B-site paunti-unti dito for the side of Virtual Ground Esports. All of the utilities being scattered here from the side of Naos. They have to think quick how they would be able to address this one. But Papi Chulo, back at it again. He will be able to stand up tall against the two members. Sinundan pa ni Nexi, and even if Mopo would try to opt for trades, it would not entirely be enough. 3K onto their end, and definitely Naos would still win for this round. Alam mo yung tipo na for Virtual Ground Esports, even if they try to address yung mga members natin dito for the side of Naos, ginagawa nila, how they will react, parang talagang doble race back yung naging ano dito ni Naos eh. Ang hirap nilang patumbahin, ang hirap nila i-count, ang hirap nila patigilin.
Yeah, it's like throwing back what they're being thrown at, diba? If Virtual Ground want to kick the tempo, Naos Esports are gonna be the ones to do that first and do it double.
Yes.
Remember when Mofo put out yung hunt niya doon sa taas ng switch? Doon pa tinabas ng Naos Esports yung kanilang recon dart. So they had to think about where Naos Esports are because of the recon. They also have to destroy their own recon dito. So Virtual Ground, all the chips on the shoulders, feel finding agad tong si Papi Chulo. So no smokes and no question, Mofo has full control of this B site alone. Only gotten 3 kills dito pupunta sa Naos as they are fighting to get B main control. All trapped up doon sa loob ng lobby. Nexi. Oh, he had his back turned. Almost hitting the shot. Si Tesseract yung tutulong sa kanya. Almost may equalize na. Pero Virtual Ground, they still have one more member to work with and they still have control over B. While Naos have the time to think about what they want to do here.
Ano nga bang pwede nilang gawin dito? I think it is mostly how they can take advantage na all of them are just occupying their specific positions. Then definitely, no, they can segregate these members out. They will try and offer our ace site, which is quite shaky. But once na ma-secure naman nila yung KJ natin dito, all the utilities will no longer be used. So this is going to be a good one for the side of now. Si Aizen lang naman daw or say nandito. And definitely parang kaya naman ata nila itong tapatan. They don't know that someone is on hell though, and it is smoked out. So this is actually a good call for the side of Virtual Ground Esports to actually do that. But it might be most expected. Kailangan na mag-ingat and maganda rin ang responde dito ng Virtual Ground Esports. Mabilis ang kanilang paggalaw but not entirely enough because Naos is one step ahead. They were able to see them out. And definitely, walang harang-harang at walang buwelo-buwelo dito for the side of Naos.
Parang naging obvious pa nga eh, kasi that was Virtual Ground's smoke towards that hell position. And I like the intention. Tried to cover up the only anchor. He was alone. So all the support that he needed was already put down sa labas ng kanyang hell position. But they still had Tesseract alive. And this recon just came up at the most perfect time. So kinailangan nilang i-clear yung hell without pushing themselves too far. Kaya ginamit na lang yung recon over that position, just clear them out after mapatay inside of the smoke. Wala na siyang time at wala na siyang magagawa kasi nung nahanap siya recon dart, explain na lang sila dun sa loob ng smoke eh.
Actually, Virtual Ground Esports, I really like how they've been able to use their utilities. They're doing their best to use those up to this fullest
parang,
extent, go
in
for
sync yung
combinations.
yung communication
Yeah,
nila. Yun.
and not only use the usual, alam mo, yung bakit mo gagamitin yung utilities, hindi lang para sa usual stuff na kailangan mo silang gamitin for, but also like, taking into consideration din yung kanilang mga kasama for their own benefit as well. But for the side dito ng Naos, it's just that I feel like it is going to be the experience depth for us, and not only that, Nexi, kung nakaraan si Papi Chulo lagi natin nakikita, Nexi has been able to put himself out there. It is pretty interesting because a Sentinel is being a pseudo-duelist on their end.
Yeah, I mean, si Nexi naman kasi usually yung dalawang sumasama sa Naos, yung dalawang papasok sa site, yung pangalawa na magte-trade kay Jack kapag kailangan mag-push. Yun yung nangyari dun sa pistol round, yun yung nag-convert over from the buy round, siya yung nag-split over from the CT position, from Pizza. So you put all of that responsibility on a guy like Nexi, a cool, calm, and collected pro player para sa side of Naos. Wit starts off. AJ Zin surprising with a one-tap Tesseract. Controls the B main as they also have control over that A side position. Mofo uses yung judge kaso napatay siya kay Wits. As fast and as easy as possible for Naos. It's almost like they walked through a park.
Definitely not. Parang they're taking a stroll. It's they're walking below the moonlight, no? Pero,
Holding
yeah,
hands.
just like that, sama-sama sila. Sama-sama. Ay, by the way, guys, elections na, vote wisely. Ayan.
Tama.
But also, pretty Bullet the Mud is just pretty straightforward. In the previous round natin, Naos has been able to do get things done the own way that they can possibly do it, just by entering the site, just popping some heads, and not even using that much utility.
Yeah, I mean, very well done. As minimized as possible. Talagang not that much effort, I would say. Virtual Ground Esports though, they're doing everything that they can. Unfortunately, it is all for naught. Ja, again, mid-bottom, controlled by the long-range taps from Ja. Mofo with a very interesting spray down through the wall. Expecting Wits to cross over from that mid-bottom position. Ja, very close to the smoke. Naamoy niya tong si Doggy, and as he slowly creeps up, Doggy will catch him off guard. 4 versus 3 with Naos. Pulling back to try to equalize yet again. Papi Chulo headshots through onto Sang. It's a perfect time to trade off mid for the side of Naos. As Virtual Ground, they have to fall back, try to rally their troops, try to defend the site as much as they can.
And so far, pantay naman ang ating mga numero dito, but at the same time, parang nagkakaroon din ng kakulangan in terms of how they were able to occupy our specific sites here for the side of Naos, but they are definitely shifting here on our A side. Pero yun nga lang, napangunahan ni Doggy and ni Mofo, and they would be able to get themselves that frag and would be waiting for anyone else to follow. And mukhang ito nga ang mangyayari dito ngayon. Nako, MT, ang 3 area natin, hindi niya makikill yun. Tesseract, what just happened on that one? But open ang A-side natin, but hindi yun magtatakal because Mofo and Doggy is in a really good position to actually wait and lure these members from Naos from both areas.
Yeah, I like the idea kasi nag-iingay intentionally si Nexi para siya na lang yung magiging focus. And it was, the intention was there, but it was on Tesseract to hit the shots, unfortunately, because the inaccuracy from crouching down was in position for Naos. Just not hitting the mark itself. Kahit nakatalikod lang tong si Doggy, at kahit nakalabas yung utility nitong si Mofo, it was just not enough for Naos. Nakatch din tong si Papi Chulo, so they didn't have the smokes to take mid-bottom. They're not able to control the long-range taps dito. Ja. He pulls out the Blade Storm. This was the insurance policy all along. Okay lang sa kanya na wala siyang rifle as long as he is supported at least by Wits, who has his back doon sa pag-control sa mid-bottom, then it is all good for Naos. Down to 18, gagamit ng showstopper para mapatay ang duelist ng Naos Esports. AJ Zen follows, combining agad with the Rays to get the 3 kills papunta sa kanilang attacking side.
And not only that, nahulog ang ating spike dito, but mukhang gustong gumante dito nung kumpare nating si Wits. They are gonna have enough time to actually execute, but at the same time, members natin dito from the side of Naos, they're running low in terms of their numbers. Pero mukhang doable naman. Specifically, lalo na sila naman yung magkasama dito. But Papi Chulo and Wits, we are yet to see kung saan nga ba sila pupunta dito, saan sila tutungo, saan sila magko-commit, at kung makukuha na ba na yung
30
mga
seconds left.
necessary na pick-ups
One enemy
dito
remaining.
para maklear ang kanilang daan. Mukhang hindi! Because Phil will be able to get these two members just like that.
Yeah, just as easy as that. Lining them up doon sa pag-control ng mid-bottom. Napapansin mo ba na when Naos get picked off at one point, yung kung sino yung natira sa kanila, they're gonna continue what they were trying to do. Napatay si Papi Chulo doon sa A main kanina, pero doon pa rin papasok yung si Tesseract at saka si Nexi, diba? Na same thing happens, papasok yung dalawang duelists over at mid-bottom, try to control market, waiting for the smokes to get put down, try to get any single angle that they can get kapag nag-peek sila from market. Pero nung napatay sila, doon pa rin sila papasok, diba? Kasi napatay din yung mga extremity players nila eh. Ja will be the one to open the space sa loob ng ating ace site. Already down to 19 yet again for the second time in a row. Interesting smoke para sa virtual ground because they will be able to isolate the angles. Wits though will catch down si Doggy trying to find the angle necessary. Smoked out agad yung ating short position. Nexi follows through with a third para sa Tesseract. Naos is just fighting back. Pakatapos manalo ng virtual ground kanina, ganun lang din kabilis na ibawi agad ng Naos.
Going aggressive here for the side of Tesseract, just as nagsasara yung pinto natin dito at the tree area. Talagang sinundan niya ito. Parang, anong kakarangan nyo kami? Sasara na. Joke lang! Jokes on you! You'll be able to get 2 in a row here for the side of virtual ground. And the rest are just minding their own business here, trying to secure their objective and planting their spike here on A. And it is pretty straightforward here for the side of now. It's just pretty unfortunate here for the side of virtual ground esports is that lagi silang nakaka-caught up dito sa mga traps na set up ni Naos para sa kanila.
Kaya nga, akala nila safe sila sa kung ano yung nakaset up for them. But now, are the ones controlling the pace for this time. Ja is a fire starter for the team. And they will try to do something about this. Doggy sa loob ng smoke. Lalabas with the headshot kay Wits. Surprising! But not entirely impactful kasi yung isang duelist lang naman yung namatay. Pwede pa rin i-trade para na makuha yung B as a whole. Sang trying to spray through the smoke. Trying to see if he can catch one in rotation, but for now, esports, their objective has been confirmed. It's time for Virtual Ground to play the retake this time around, especially now that the double duelists are back in position.
All for the retake was here for the side of Virtual Ground esports. We are yet to see they'll be able to pop heads regardless of the guns that they currently have. Most of them are on sheriffs, only one on a rifle. But mukhang hindi na yun mangyayari pa because yung mga members natin dito for the side of Naos, hindi sila hinahayaan na mag-advance forward dito sa site natin. And all of them are occupying all angles na entrada talaga for the side of Virtual Ground. So definitely, it is going to be a bad one for the side of Virtual Ground esports once again. But on the bright side, oras na para bumawi muli for our next round.
Yeah, kasi ito na yung buy round nila eh. Now you give the operator to Sang, although he's not on Jet. Ray still has mobility. It's not the same mobility as a Jet would have, but at least you have the firepower that the Rays can provide for the team. It will be pivotal pagdating dun sa attacking round nila mamaya. Pero for the all-in, the must-win round para sa Virtual Ground, they rely on Sang. The first shot does not hit. It does not even commit dahil doon sa recon dart na nilabas ni Tesseract. Expected and even surprised. Operator in hand din para sa Sova ng Naos, controlling the mid-bottom position. And he's just gonna stay there for as long as they want. Habang nagpo-push pa lang ang dabalang duelist for the side of Naos, Ja. Contact AJ Zin does catch himself tail-winded para dito sa kanyang half HP. As for Virtual Ground, they rely on Sang to hit the shot, and he does. Nexi fell off. And yet again, the lurker is down. But then again, Naos have already set up for the split.
Definitely, and they are coming in here dito galing sa 3 area natin. Pero yun nga lang, pinapaulanan sila ng bala natin from that Odin. Pero si Wits hindi
Magkatabi
magpapakilan
sila.
dito. Mukhang magpupush sila forward from the two members here. Naku, nagpapatintero. Yung dalawang mga member natin dito, mukhang delikado. Pero si Sang mukhang may nakuha pa galing sa kanyang operator at mukhang sinusundan pa nga ng ibang mga miyembro. Naos, they will be able to get this site for themselves, and we are gonna see if they will be able to secure the objective. But I guess they would be pulled back here because the lockdown is already active in this side. Pero mukhang hindi talaga nagpatigil si Wits. Kanina pa siya. Dalawa lang naman ang nakuha niya. 2v2. Empress na nga ang kanyang kinuha dito. The ultimate already activated here. Pero Aijin, he will be taken down here dito by Tesseract. And a 1v2 Doggy already up to him with a Cosmic Divide already being commenced here. Pero paano siya makakadaan dito? He's trying to segregate and divide all the angles here. Pero parang napakahirap ata. Wala na siyang oras. Si Wits nakaabang lang at yun na nga. 3-9 Naos well dominated this first half.
The 2 versus 4 from Naos secured para sa kanilang 3-9. It is a blessing in disguise that everybody from the core of Naos has been flustered because of the pressure that they've been dealt with on the mid side itself. But Wits clawing from the depths, already taking control of the site itself. And they have clawed their way back into this matchup, mga kaibigan, into that deficit that was a Virtual Ground's destiny. But it has been taken away from them. Daylight robbery na agad para kay Wits. It was a 4K by the end of things. And it has bolstered them up to the leaderboard. 12-9-2, mga kaibigan. And more to come para sa group stages natin.
Parang literal na press W, no? Naku, parang yun din ata yung balak nilang gawin dito. Regardless of being the defenders, they wanted to establish the aggression na kung ano ang meron sila. And they don't want that to diminish from the first half na kung anong meron, regardless of the roles that they currently have. But Virtual Ground Esports setting up themselves for victory here. Pero mukhang yung opposite ang nangyayari because now is being able to catch up with the rest of their members here. Kasi Bobo na lang ang naiiwan, and definitely he would try to get the spike, but until when be able to get themselves in control, is already cornered. Mukhang sinasaksak pa, pero hindi hinayaan. Si Tesseract ang nakabaril, at medyo kabaano ata tayo dito. I thought that's going to be the first knife kill that we've seen in centuries.
Thank you kay Kuya Marlon kasi may tubig tayo dito. Because that was one hot round.
Thank you, P. Oo nga, wait lang, painom muna ako.
Sa pistol ng Naos. They're the ones who want to kick up the gear. And this is what I've been talking about from them. They are the team that has been the standard for PH for the past year now. And they are the ones now playing on the tempo of their enemy. But in their style, in their form, in what they're comfortable in, Naos are playing their own game. They're the ones setting the standard sa lahat ng pwede maglaro sa group stages natin. At habang nandito pa rin yung Bulldog ni Ja, mahihirapan silang kunin yung mid-side position. Already finding agad si Mofo, trying to jump peek on doon sa mid-top position. As Wits is also creeping up, he's trying to suppress him. Gonna try to delay yung pag-push nila all the way from that A-short position. Kaso nga lang, the one-tap na all the way from B main. Ang isang miyembro ng Naos as Mofo will get a second for the team. Ja will equalize, at least get 2 for 1. But the fact that Virtual Ground got 2 picks, maybe the Bulldog would be more than enough.
Mas ngayon, kamuntikat pa nga ata mapatay si Papi Chulo. And definitely mukhang masusunda na nga ibang mga member dito from the side of Naos. But it's a 1v2. Si Nexi na lang. But with the Bulldog, he can opt for the advantage as well. And now that he's been able to pin down kung nasaan ang kanilang Phoenix, it would be much more better for him because he's not gonna go onto the A side blind because he already got some sort of info. But they've been trying to initiate the spike here dito sa A side natin. And Nexi is gonna come from dito from main. But the question is, are they aware?
The unsung hero of the Philippines, mga kaibigan. But Virtual Ground Esports, they have the better positioning. They also have the better man count dito. Feel holding the angle all the way from main, but Nexi slips through. And he has already cleared yung wine position, so he knows that both of them are on site. Pero hindi pa nagpapakita si Sang. Si Phil pa lang yung naglalabas ng presence. So Nexi, taking his time, trying to find the angles necessary, has the spike within his vision, doesn't know where Sang has come from, and now he does. He gets the headshot, and now he's come down to the 1v1. Phil is so low on HP as he tries to delay as much as possible with the spike detonating in Nexi's face. It is a thrifty win for Virtual Ground. They stole every gun from Naos, and it has given them the pivotal moment.
all sacrifices have been done here for the side of Virtual Ground Esports during that round. Ang daing nangyayari, especially dun sa kanilang 1v2, specifically dito kay Fuchsia, kay Sang. Napaka-interesting nitong to see na talagang pareho sila. They place themselves to help get all the most of the advantage. But imagine what's gonna happen kung maraming oras pa tong si Nexy.
Tama.
Diba?
Tatakbo siya.
Tatakbo siya!
Oo.
Tatalon siya!
Kaya nga
Isisigaw niya yung pangalan ng Naos na sila daw yung mananalo dito.
Woo! Pero hindi yun yung nangyari mga kaibigan. Virtual Ground on one of their final lifelines dito talagang as long as they still keep going, then the ascent map is not over. Their T side definitely under scrutiny here mga kaibigan. But now they're the ones who need to take control of the CT side of things. Sheriffs in hand for majority of them is Sang. Does provide with one doon sa loob ng catwalk possession. They also sprint towards that B main, trying to control where Tesseract is coming from. Nakita na agad si Nexy, and he only has a Spectre, or actually a Classic in the hand. Habang si Tesseract ang nag-iisang nag-headshot kay Wits, but he will get taken care of entirely by AJ Zin. While now rely on Papi Chulo, the clutch master. Try to get themselves going, but Doggy will capitalize a 5-10 for Virtual Ground. Slowly but surely, diba? They're trying to people things up.
Paunti-unti, pero at the same time, they have to get the same points as what they have now. And then in the future time, para lang mapatasan nito si Naos. But on the bright side, konti na lang magkakaroon na ng Nightfall dito si Mofo. So this is going to give them an edge just in case that they want to opt for fast executes and try to tip off the balance dito ang Naos. But at the same time, they might opt for the aggressive stance here for the side of Naos specifically, lalo na they have the guns already. Yun na nga nangyayari. They've been able to spray them down and it's already a 1-for-1 exchange. But Wits not backing down. Kanina pa siya. Hindi siya tumitigil pero ngayon napatigil na. Mofo will be able to put him down dito but it is about time for others to actually step up, rummage them down, and it is going to be as simple as that. Tesseract and Ja will be able to get the round for themselves once again.
So tingnan mo yung cam ni Ja, everybody is feeling the vibe, the hype of what is to come for the group stages. Kung ganun pa lang sila nagiging masaya, kung ganun pa lang nagiging maganda yung synergy ng team nila, then what is to come para sa group stage performance nila? They're just having a good time. Ja is just laughing. Everybody off dito sa loob ng ascent map. Virtual Ground, they have a long way to go dito pa lang sa ating first half. Well, second half actually para sa first game natin. Virtual Ground 5-11 for their T side. They have been slowly walking up again over at that mid-top position while Ja peeks, sees itong si Peel, gets him down to 0 HP. Double peek out for Ja, as he will get a 3K for himself. This guy is on one today, ladies and gentlemen, as now esports are dominating the competition. A 4K for Ja.
Hirap nito, no? Makasama mo, makalawin mo yung dalawang yan sa rank, hindi mo paghihiwalay. FF na lang agad.
Oo nga.
But imagine that, everyone. They've been able to just exhibit aggression, but not entirely na sobrang complacent sila.
Yeah.
They are still playing safe in a way na they will be able to get all the frags na makikita nila dito. I feel like talagang na-champo lang si Virtual Ground Esports na sa oras na lumalakad sila or sa oras na they're trying to formulate something is that all of them are scattered, all of them are different places, and they've been able to segregate them easily. But never mind, because regardless of the fact na magkakasama sila ngayon, parang pinipitas-pitas pa rin sila dito ng Naos. And they are having extreme difficulty in addressing this one and how they will be able to enter a site.
Yeah, what a performance. All throughout from Wits dito for Naos. Always the guardian, the gatekeeper. Kung gusto nyo pumasok ng site, kailangan nyo kung patayin. A 5 versus 2 set up by Naos' defense. Wits still challenging, still trying to fight. Even if he doesn't have armor, he doesn't have anything to stop him. Mofo at least uses the guardian. Gate keeps back into si Ja. 1v4, and with the right click, it does not hit kay Mofo, who is down limping, a dead man walking. His knees are shaking, his eyes are trying to set himself towards the spike, pero napakalayo lang sa kanya at napakalapit lamang ng Naos papunta sa panalo.
Anong gagawin, no? Di cornered ka na. na nga, 35, it is going to be the first score for the side of Naos against Virtual Esports. Well, not gonna lie, what I wanted to highlight here is that Virtual Esports, I really love their Fade and their Astra.
Yeah.
Specifically because I feel like their Fade is the one doing the calls.
Yeah.
Kasi every time that he will be able to put out all these skills is laging merong equivalent na action na ginagawa yung kanyang mga members. And not only that, Astra, napaka-keen niya in terms of placing all those smokes in order, or the stars even, to make it align for their team.
Yeah.
In order to aid themselves to head for victory. But it's just really unfortunate na Naos is just really keen on overpowering them, overwhelming them, not only in numbers but at the same time just the duo themselves,
Yeah.
Ja and Wits, is just really difficult for them to address kasi every time na magkakaroon ng mga pick-offs tong dalawang to, even if they try to off for trades, is that lagi sila magkasama eh,
Kaya
you know?
nga eh,
I mean,
no?
sabihin na natin na sige, si Wits lang yung tumatrabaho. Ang hirap pa rin kasi oras na parang urong-sulong si Wits to the point na pitas, atras,
Yeah.
pa isa-isa.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, and he's been able to get the job done.
Yeah, kung sino yung, the guy who commits, sino yung pain, diba? Si Ja, kaya siya yung sa mga pivotal parts of the team, no?
Yeah.
Always being the guy who will sacrifice himself kapag papasok para magkaroon ng success yung team niya. Pero, yung mga kaibigan, that is the matchup for Naos. We're gonna have the MVP
Who's
for
the
this matchup as a whole. Sino ba yung pinaka-importanting naging factor para sa Naos? Definitely, it was Ja. I was hyping him up and I was talking about this guy. Lagi na lang siya yung naging consistent player para sa Naos Esports. When there are moments where not only does he need to take space, he is the guy that goes above and beyond para makontinue yung momentum na Naos at para magkaroon sila ng winning positions dito. Always setting up for the post plants para sa kanyang mga team at para magkaroon din siya ng pop-up moments. Always the guy to look out for and always the reliable Ja to make it happen.
It's been a while, no? And he's still like that, no?
Yeah.
It's still the same thing. It's just more improved, much better, evolved, kumbaga.
Refined.
Yeah, refined, polished, lahat na, di ba? But for Ja kasi, what I wanted to mention then is that the results reflects on how he's been able to set himself up. Like from the pictures or from the videos or VODs na nakikita na yung mga face cams nila,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see him na he's just doing fine.
He's just enjoying.
Doing fine, he's just enjoying, he's taking the time of his life because they
tatawa naman
know
siya
or they have the confidence and the resolve to do so.
Yeah, imagine it, no? The vibes are on a high for Naos dito, but for Virtual Ground, now sila naman yung kailangang mag-catch up. Kasi in this group stage,
Yeah.
dapat habang natagal, nandun pa rin yung mental fortitude for them. They have a couple of other games para laruin to, and they're also our next game dito against Action PH. So, mga kaibigan,
Oh my.
kung gusto nyo i-catch up ito, and we'll be back after the short break. But before go anywhere, we would like to thank our official sponsors for Predator League 2024, ang Predator Gaming, Intel, at Planet 9. Huwag kayong aalis mga kaibigan, magbabalik ang Predator League.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Got one.
Be great.
Daggers go. Right there.
Left. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Oops. Engineer kill.
Last player standing.
Spike down. See ya.
One enemy remaining. Thrifty.
Jet's ground.
B.
No more
One
sofa.
enemy remaining.
frame, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9-13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
with the Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
With the Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
Welcome back mga kaibigan sa Predator League 2024. Ako si Ramon, kasama ko si Mochi, and we are in the first day of group stages, and we've had a banger of a start para sa NAOS Esports, who unfortunate para sa Virtual Ground Esports had a pretty hard matchup to start with dito sa day natin, and across that, meron din tayong announcement para sa inyo para sa susunod nating game.
Well, definitely for our first game, originally dapat si Virtual Ground Esports and Action PH ang maglalaro, but due to some complicacies in terms of their schedules, well, we will be having Valhalla and Virtual Ground Esports instead.
Yeah, I mean, na-bump up lang naman sila sa schedule.
Yep.
Valhalla was supposed to be playing on game 3, pero nung na-inform sila na sila mo na yung kukuha, they were more than happy to take the chance na ipakita agad ang skills nila dito. Pero bago ang lahat mga kaibigan, why don't we give them an update kung ano yung naging group standings natin dito for the group stages as a whole, diba? Kasi it's been a long while since we've seen like a very close group stage para sa atin, no? We've had NAOS taking the first point, tapos may Valhalla din tayo who on the off-stream game has won up against Action PH. So pareho silang 1-0 ngayon. If they both win their next game, they're automatically like in the contention na agad for getting first top 1 and first top 2 para sa ating group stage.
Most likely, no, parang magkakaroon tayo ng high-up matchups dito.
Yeah.
Definitely for NAOS and Valhalla. But for Virtual Ground Esports, on the other hand, is they're 1-1. So they can definitely catch up if they can put either of these behemoths down. Hopefully, by the way, as far as I am informed, these people from Virtual Grounds is from CDO pala. Thank you for informing me, Michael, Cholo, and as well as Amara. Ayan, shout out to inyo.
Thank you so much. At least, diba? So that just means that the next 2 games that we're gonna be having next is a very, very important one. Kasi now this is for Virtual Ground and their tournament life, diba? That is also for Valhalla, and they're secure of getting yung tournament point natin. Kasi what will happen is, if manalo dito yung Valhalla, then they're in 2-0 na dito. So it's very difficult to like, seed them out of this top 2 seed natin. Where we'll also have like Valhalla be in contention as well to get yung top 2 seed natin. So if ever na magkaroon sila ng contention, then it'll be up to the close parang round decider na lang siguro.
Yeah.
For
round decider na talaga siya. Especially we have 3 more games to go for. So definitely parang ano na lang 'to. Sino lang talaga yung makakuha ng unang puntos, diba?
Tama. As we head on into our second match para sa group stages, it is Valhalla versus Virtual Ground. Nakita na natin yung strength ng Valhalla. It is always hold W. Yun yung naging strength ni EJ at saka ni Emma na PS, because they are the duo na initiator at saka duelist combo, where EJ is the one taking the space for the team. Parang dalawa pa kasi EJ dito sa ating graphic eh. Si Senior Carl, naging kamukha ni EJ in an instant.
What if sinadya pala nila yun, no? Para daw maganda yung blockings. On the other hand,
Para
Virtual Ground Esports,
para in case na pumasok si EJ, akala nila si EJ si Senior
siya
Carl
rin
pala
yun pala, no? 2-in-1. 4v5 pa nilaban. Anyways, Virtual Ground Esports, these are the same familiar people that we have. They are from Exceed. So basically, they are a collegiate team. So this is going to be another challenge for them. Kasi kanina parang they've been possibly been humbled because NAOS has been, it's the top team. So definitely, but at the same time, there's this shed of light na, medyo kaya pala natin eh.
Yeah.
It's just that we need to refine more, we need to improve more, we need to grind more. So what if naman na magkaroon tayo ng some sort of improvements on this time around? But on the other hand, with Valhalla on the way, this is going to be pretty interesting because alam naman natin kung gaano katindi si EJ.
Yeah, I mean, hindi lang naman si EJ kasi. Kasi you also factor in yung ibang mga members natin.
Yeah, the rest of the team too.
Mojer on the support, lagi nating na-expect siya to be on the duel list before. But now, he has matured. It has been a long time since we've seen Mojer be the star of the show, but now he is providing all of that support. Para kay EJ. EJ is the guy who has been providing space for the team, but he is not the most important factor. It has always been the team itself being cohesive as a unit. Pinag-usapan mo nga, di ba? It has been important for the team to have synergy because they're all representatives from a lot of other teams. But they have gained that experience from those other teams, those other different esports orgs. And when you combine that, it is a whole other unit. So for Valhalla, if they can keep themselves on the same page, that is the question and the challenge for them. But for Virtual Ground, again, is endurance in the making. We're heading on into our second group stage match, and it will be the Haven map.
Well, definitely, I guess it is already a given na Ascent and Haven we most pick sa maps here because if you
Nadagdagan ako
guys are informed, no? Parang nadagdagan lang kasi previous na odds natin for these maps is like 25.48% for Haven. Well, we are here right now. But in terms of the lineups that we currently have here, it seems like there is similarity in theory, but it's just that meron ding prioritization in terms of segregation. Pretty similar to what happened with Doggy. Right? Alam mo naman kung ano yung mga pinagbabanggit ko kanina. They are on their comfort agents here, specifically for Mofo and for Doggy. But sang honorees, parang they're just trying to push through with the best picks that they currently have, prioritizing comfort over meta for the side of Battleground Esports. On the other hand, for Valhalla, well, I think we are no stranger to these people. They are really keen in using these sorts of agents as well. Pretty same lineup din dun sa last na matchup nila.
Yeah, it's same in a way na kung saan sila komportable na gagamitin, diba? We already seen
Is their
Georgie
usual
use
Haven
yung Reyna.
lineup.
Pero yung difference lang is what we've contrasted sa kung paano sila maglaro ng Haven before. Hindi yung Valhalla tsaka yung Virtual Ground. It's just the meta has been double initiator kapag naglalaro ka ng Haven. Pero ngayon mukhang gusto lang nila mag-chill, maglaro, mag-relax habang papunta pa lang sila sa group stages dito. Valhalla has demonstrated that double duelist has been their comfort ever since. And they have given Mojer all the free reign to use the Sentinel role. And he has been performing on it as well as he can, especially now that Senior Carl is back in the line. You remember, na stand-in lang si Ching noong time na yon, and he has provided for the team. Ngayon, si Senior Carl naman yung magle-lead for the squad as they are now locked in dito sa Haven map natin. Virtual Ground Esports, eto na ang panahon para i-prove na worthy kayo ng playoff spot. This is now the time to do or die as they head on into this Haven map. Para lang dito masasabi ko lang para sa predictions natin, just as I slide into that really quickly, I feel like I want to give it to Valhalla at this point in time. Kasi I feel like this lineup has been more on their comfort. And when you know Valhalla, comfort is definitely what they are strong in.
Couldn't agree more. Not only comfort, kasi this is the most or the best lineup that works for them already. It's already been put into test of time, so definitely it will be Valhalla as my personal ball as well. But for the side of Battleground Esports, I can see the reason why they are pretty keen on picking these agents because yun nga, they're prioritizing kung saan, ano yung kanilang nakagisnan. So, let's see what's gonna be the improvements or some changes here for the side of Battleground Esports because this is the challenge na kung anong meron sa kanila na kung ano ang ibabato sa'yo, it's already up to you how you'll be able to digest it fast, how would you adapt quick, how you'll be able to mentally reset yourself to the point na, you know what, next game, sige, tara, G.
Yeah, G na lang. G na G. Papunta sa ating laban mga kaibigan as we are trying to prepare para sa susunod nating laban. I am kind of disappointed kasi I was really hyped up to see like a double controller comp again where you put the Viper as one of your secondary smokers. You have siguro yung
Well, they
Astra.
want to
Parang
reserve
talaga
it
kayo,
for
diba?
finals.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe this is just not the team that we're expecting it on. Kasi usually, diba, Zolo tsaka Action, yung maglalaro ng ganong lineup, diba? So, okay lang. Maybe later makikita natin once Action Page is ready to put it out there. Pero Valhalla, no, they don't want to play double smoke. They're the guys that want to take the space for themselves. And
Yeah.
the biggest wild card that I want to put out here is kung mainit ba si Georgie ngayon o hindi. Kasi you remember, the first time na nasa qualifiers in
impact
Valhalla, he had impact on the chamber. Pero it wasn't to the point that they were able to push through to the finish line. Hindi sila nakatagal. Kaya nung lumipat sila sa susunod na qualifier, doon pa sila nag-double duelist at doon pa sila nagkaroon ng success, diba? What type of form will we see out of Georgie today? That is the question.
Yes, actually that's one of the factors that we had to consider as well is the fact na kung magkakaroon ba ng mataas na ceiling itong panimula natin for the side of Valhalla. Kasi kung kanina we have been able to see na Naos ang unang nag-spearhead sa kanila, yung unang bumato, unang bumarel is si Nexi. How about this time around for Valhalla? Who's gonna be the reason kung bakit nagpipick up ng pace, bakit ang bilis ng pacing, bakit napakaganda ng kanilang mga strategies? I mean, we can say that their strategies are just for funsies, but as long as it works, then it should work.
Ang cute
Diba?
na rin, no? For funsies.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's just for funsies. Kasi literal na, you know what, sige, from me, diretso tayo 3, tas diretso tayo 8. Parang, alam mo yung paulit-ulit nila ginagawa, but at the same time, it's working on their end.
I mean, it's because na-scout na nila yung kung ano yung magiging strat kasi ng kalaban nila. They're already focused on taking the advantage for themselves. And if they want to take it as fast as possible, then that is no question for them. Papasok na tayo sa even map, mga kaibigan. City side para sa Valhalla. Welcome back, Senior Carl. A very brief absence nung pumasok dito si Ching the last week that we saw Valhalla. And it'll be interesting kasi the form from Valhalla was so different when it was under Ching's leadership. Can Senior Carl bring that helm back para sa City side nila? That is a question. For VGE though, will they be able to understand the pressure being dealt to them by Valhalla? Kasi you know this team comp. And you know this team comp very well for Valhalla. They're not gonna play passively. They're the ones who want to take the tempo, just like how Naos did kanina.
Yeah. Yun nga yung magiging problem nila dito. Parang ang challenge talaga nila is paano sila makakapag-deal with it. Literal. In such a quick or the shortest amount of time possible. But at the current time, Vertagon Esports should establish themselves out there. Lalong-lalo na, they are gonna start in the attacking side as well. Good thing, Sang is quick on his trigger. He's been able to get one here from the side of Valhalla already. And yung initiator pa nila yung nawala.
Parang ang aga na nakapag-rotate tong si Mojer. Just keeping himself in check. You hold na lang yung B since he is controlling 3 sides of the map over on B. Meron pang garage turret, tapos meron pang molly all the way from C long. At ngayon na naglagay na agad ng smoke. Pwede niyang i-activate agad. Phil gets the second shot para sa VGE. Starting off well for their attacking side. Noting si EJ going back towards the A side defense. And with the smoke put down, that will relieve some of the pressure as Senior Carl responds to the fight. Nandito pa rin tong si Mojer trying to hold off yung B mid position. Sang, is he trapped? Is he deadly? He is ever so deadly sa pagkuha niya sa patay kay Senior Carl. They have control over A, but they decide to pull back. Yung spike papunta dun sa C. EJ catches tong si Sang, but by the end of things,
30
that was
seconds
a
left.
bait all along. VGE wanted C side.
Oh my,
Spike
that's something we
planted.
did not entirely expect. Sang being able to pull off 3 of the members here for the side of Valhalla is just definitely crucial start here for their and they will be able to set themselves up for the improvements of the next rounds for us to come. But you are gonna see 2 more people here for the side of Valhalla. EJ has been able to get 2 already. He's been able to catch up and trying at least or
player
hunt these
standing.
members for the side of VGE down, but it's been halted briefly by Mofo and Phil. And ayun na nga, first round here for the side of VGE.
Yeah, now they're the ones on the T side, so they're the ones controlling tempo, and it's as slow as we never expected, diba? Kasi you remember the time when Cookies and Cream were the ones setting the whole W key for their team, diba? On the attacking side, but Haven is not one of those maps where you'd want to hold W. You'd be the one taking map control for yourself. That's why they spread out very thinly. Kita mo, nasa A short yung nagiging aggression. Nasa A long yung pinakaunang first blood natin dito. And when they do pick that up, they know that they're gonna rotate back onto the A-link position. So kapag nandun na agad sila, pwede silang mag-push all the way from C-long. Pwede na lang i-hold yung garage. Pwede na lang kunin yung mga tinanggal para makontrol yung A-side defense. This is why yung position ni EJ is just as important as it is. They need first blood. But if they need to get it, then they have to set them up. Doggy, first shot through, Marshall in hand. Napatay na agad tong si Georgie. And all the way to C-long too. So pwedeng bumalik agad yung VGE to control that space of the map habang open pa rin yung B at pwedeng patayin din yung garage control.
Medyo nagkakaroon ng magandang pakiramdam ang VGE as of the current time, but as what we have been able to see, mukhang nawala ang isang member dito sa side of Valhalla, one of the most crucial players for them to put out the blinds. And they won't have access onto that as of the moment. Mukhang mawawala pa si Senior Carl dito because of the extend na ginawa niya. But for Sang though, he's gonna get M1 FPS as well. I mean, it's just the differences in terms of guns and how cohesive they are in terms of how they're able to execute. No, kasi lahat sila palagi magkakasama, and if ever na merong maiiwan dito, definitely isa lang, and definitely then is kaya nilang i-trade kung sakali man nakakailanganin nila.
Parang baliktad eh, no? Usually, di ba, isa lang yung mag-hold ng flank. Ngayon, tatlo.
Yeah,
Tapos iniwan nila yung Killjoy sa loob ng C. Okay lang. Kasi parang they realize that they want to put priority on the flank, which si Mojer yung naghahanap. Si Mojer yung may hawak ng nag-iisang rifle. Since napatay na nga agad tong si Sang, trying to rotate back onto A. But Mojer, perfect timing. Gets the double dito kay Doggy, but that's only the Marshall. Needs to get more. Wants to put impact into the round. The third kill. Maybe that's more than enough to put a dent into their eco. EJ getting another and even getting the second. That is beautifully done on their eco round.
Not gonna lie,
Why is it so
that's
cute?
quite careless for the side of Victory Ground Esports
Yeah.
because nasa kanila yung barrel eh. And now they don't
1
have
second,
access
please.
onto that at the current time. But also on the bright side here for the side of Valhalla, they will be able to get themselves some sort of advantage heading dito sa third round natin. I mean, nasa kanila yung advantage initially because it's their buy round. Mas nadagdagan pa because walang choice kundi mag-resort sa pistols tong side ng VG.
Kaso yung consequence is even if they won the round, then they have to go at it with sticks and stones
Ayun nga
lamang.
eh,
Wala
wala
silang
silang hawak.
magagamit kundi ang Bucky at saka yung mga sheriff na hawak ng majority on VGE. So they got the win. But what was the cost after that? At least they get the one tap kay Mojer. Get themselves the upgrade. Punta dito kay Mofo who has been really strong and impactful doon sa set map as a whole. EJ wallbang. Didn't even need to see tong si Sang. Pushing tong si Georgie towards the crosser of Phil who even gets a double from the sheriff. EJ is under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of pressure from the garage control. Valhalla are getting whittled down one by one from the low buys that VGE have been forced into. But it's almost like they're comfortable eh. Even if they were trapped inside garage, it was Valhalla that gotten the first pick, but it was also Valhalla who tried to force the mistake.
Parang napaka-accurate din ng mga shots na nanggagaling dito for the side of VEGE as of the moment. Kung kanina si Phil is on the Phoenix, parang mas ramdam niya yung sarili niya on the Reyna. So he's been able to get a couple of trades here or kills here dito from the side of Valhalla before even meeting his grave. But on the bright side, it gave them the utmost advantage here heading dito sa post-plant situation natin. But mukhang meron silang kinaabangan dito. Yung dalawang members na mag-go up for a retake, but a really good trade here kasi EJ talaga naiwan dito and immediately Doggy will be able to shut him down. And still, malinis pa rin ang record natin dito for the side of Virtual Ground.
Yeah, I mean, quick and easy for Virtual Ground. The overcommitment on Garage that would have been unsuccessful kasi if you notice, hindi sila nag-split up, diba? They just all committed to take control of that Garage. But when they peak, itong si Senior Carl, or actually si Mojer who tried to get himself yung garage window control, he was flustered, surprised by the one-tap setup by Mofo. After that, it was a butterfly effect. Nag-peak sila one by one para makuha yung garage. And
Rumampa sila.
nung nag-push sila doon, yung A-site naging bukas. Nag-push
Yeah.
agad tong si AJ Zen to take advantage and to take Valhalla by surprise. A 4-man stack on their CT side. You'd know that they want to stack up all of their guns on one side since they don't really have the best eco to work with this time around.
Actually, no? And also, we're seeing some adjustments here for the side of Valhalla as well, trying to set a feel kung saan nga ba sila pupunta dito for the side of VGE. But at the same time, mukhang ma-halt yung pag-execute dito ng VGE. They'll be hesitating kasi parang medyo delikado ata itong andain natin utilities na tawag dito, na nag-activate and ayaw naman nila na suungin yun ng pangkalahatan na.
Yeah.
So, right now, they might head dito sa seaside natin in contrast sa kung ano ang gusto nilang gawin kanina na magagaling sila sa garage, but already activated here yung ating Empress Satchel and then yung ating Sang, but he will be able to get a couple already. Pero si EJ, susubukan niya sanang tapalan yung butas pero hindi siya kakayanan ni Doggy na gawin ito. Laging siya ang ganyang nakakatapat. 2v3.
30
Georgie,
seconds left.
with just the Sheriff, he'll try to make his way in order to secure some heads here and he'll be able to do 4-1. But until what? 2v2, actually do here by the side of Valhalla. Georgie is just really quick in his trigger, really accurate and precise as well. 1v2, he tried to go and opt for the face-to-face here for AJ Zen, but that will not benefit him enough.
Yeah, the contact play was more than enough for Valhalla. If they were down a man, then Georgie was the difference maker. Not even using any Yuta, not even making a sound. He moved the muscle alone. Nag-push siya ng garage, knowing that it was open for him to take. And even though VGE had a really good execute too, kasi they were prepared for it. Valhalla had all the presence doon sa likod ng backside. Pero because they had a shorter guns, they needed to fight back even though they were forced into a situation where they needed to be on the same page. Kita mo, nag-commit si Mojer doon sa backside. Si Senior Carl, he wanted to opt for the retake. Napatay na agad yung Sentinel, so they gave up Garage. They thought that it was a full committal towards SCT, but because that ultimate from the Fade did not detect anybody, they were all focused to take the space from backside. Hindi nila tinignan yung Garage at all, giving Georgie the opportunity as well as EJ to take that first shot kay Sang. Early 4 versus 5, Georgie combining doon sa control on A lobby. They can't push through the smoke as Valhalla have forced them out of the site itself.
Oh, this is gonna be bad for VGE. They're starting to crumble because of how Valhalla has been able to use their duelists. Because so far, napakaganda palagi yung nagiging position dito. I feel like they're opting for the combo of these duelists as well, considering that both of them are actually aggressive and really good in doing these duels. Then, dun sila nagkakapitalize. But they will try to make their way dito sa site natin. Mukhang aware na naman sila kung sino ang nandito. It is going to be Mojer, but Doggy will be able to trade yung kanyang kasama. But until 1v4 ang ating labanan natin dito, high chance na siya ay mako-corner, but he'll try to segregate them out. He will be able to get Georgie, but not for long siya magsusurvive because M and FPS will be able to take him out.
Now, this is the Valhalla that I've been used to seeing, diba? If they want to do something, they're not doing it alone. You see the pressure that they're putting on two sides of that A split control. A long for EJ, A short para kay Georgie. You get them to see them on one side, but on the other end, the other duelist wants to capitalize on that momentum. Early man-pound advantage para dito sa Valhalla. And VGE playing on their tempo this time around. The City side controlling the tempo of the game, mga kaibigan. Habang ang VGE, they still have the lead, so they push the tempo back up doon sa may A short at A long position. Even using the smoke para makuha agad ang space na kailangan nila. Showstopper out para kay Sang. Pushes on to the short position. Spray on from Mofo. He doesn't hit the shot, but eventually it is the Guardian from Peel. Doggy combining 2-for-1s para dito sa VGE. They got A site control, but the spike is not planted. They need to take care of that first.
Parang medyo nakikita natin na hindi ganun karamdam ng ibang mga members natin for Valhalla yung kanilang aim. It is quite unfortunate on their end, but on the good side here, for the side of VGE, they will be able to put the spike down already and even using the lockdown here for the side of Valhalla, forcing it out in order to address them, in hopes to address them. But 2v3, the operator is still in the hands of EJ. Kailangan nila mag-ingat dito. Mukhang merong madedetain dito na isa, and that is gonna be Sang. But EJ, just gonna see kung nasaan ibang members dito. Masesecure niya rin yun. They'll try to opt for retakes here. Hindi ni-stick because Sang, medyo delikado to. But yun nga lang nga, hindi sumapat yung timing na kanilang piniplay dito.
Almost actually whiffing the timing din dito. I know Sang was fully committed to try to take care of the diffuser, but EJ, simultaneous pressure doon sa mga heaven position. That's just the quality of having like a jet player on the haven position. You give him an operator, and he can do well with it. A-long pressure kanina from EJ, then rotating back onto heaven means that they have full secure. Since napatay na agad yung smoker, they don't need to take care of heaven anymore. Kailangan nilang i-deal yung operator in hand from EJ. They can't even prioritize the spike anymore. 1-for-1 trade off. EJ with the flick! Dashing back into Garage. He is safe as he tries to take care of VGE. This is brutal from Valhalla as they mean to go on right here. Mojer getting another. EJ peeking off yet again. This is the duelist, the franchise player of Valhalla, making noise sa loob ng Haven map. It's all on Doggy. And how he can clutch. He has the ultimate, but he doesn't have the spike yet.
Wala pang spike, pero pag sumilip siya dyan, dyan nakabahan ako para kay Doggy because these enemies can be coming from anywhere here in this map. He is more than anxious in trying to address saan na kaya yung mga miyembro dito from the side of Valhalla. But he is trying to put the stars here into something that will be baiting Valhalla into heading on to there. Kaya naman, yun nga, yung kanyang plano at mukhang nagwo-work ito para sa kanya. Making his way here on dito sa A-site natin. Still a lot of time to actually think through kung saan nga ba siya dapat pwesto with still 1 star remaining here and maybe possibly for the gravity pull, but in hopes of putting the spike down here might be Subukan niya bang pumunta sa V-site?
Subukan niyang muna ng patay bago siya mag-plant.
Wala.
Kasi kapag nag-plant
Malayo.
siya, that is full secure. For the info
10
of
seconds
Valhalla,
left.
nalaman na kung saan
Spike
manggagaling
planted.
tong si Doggy, and he even plants it on backside. So, that kind of limits yung mga options na pwedeng
Yeah.
i-clear ng Valhalla. They know that he will be either on Hell or Graffiti. Nice lineup out from the Killjoy. Even clear out yung CT. So Doggy taking this as cool, as calm, as collected, almost committing to the shot. Pagkatapos niyang patayin si Mosier, pero it is EJ being that distraction. Senior Carl making the difference sa 1v3 natin. It was all for nothing for VGE. That pressure that they were trying to deal on mid was thwarted because of the simultaneous pressure being dealt with from the CT side of Valhalla. Beautifully done, especially from that garage position.
Actually, no, okay na sana yung naging positioning doon ni Doggy because, yun nga, like what you said, they're trying to limitate it kung saan sila una titingin.
Yeah.
And yes, they fell for the trap, but sadly, it's not entirely enough because meron pa rin nakaagapay dito, and that is Senior Carl. And definitely with a 1v3 situation na alam mong sabay-sabay silang sumusugod sa'yo.
Yeah.
It's more than it's almost impossible for you to actually address that everything just coming in one go.
Yeah, and kita mo yung yung sabay-sabay din silang nag-peek over from B eh. Yung Valhalla, yung plano nila is to activate EJ, and the way that they do that is to use their presence over at B para yung garage yung mismo mag-iingay eh, di ba? Kaya nag-focus yung VGE over at that B mid position. Kasi doon lumabas yung core. They wanted to get the multi-frags anyway, so they decided na i-double pick na lang natin from grass and from window. Labanan natin yung lalabas dito sa B mid, but EJ unlocking himself. His potential has been realized dito sa kanyang operator. And if we doubted Valhalla kanina, then this 4-round streak might actually answer our questions now.
I'm quite interested nga how VGE would mix something up para naman magkaroon sila ng kalamangan muli or mabawi yung kanilang lamang kanina from our scorelines. Considering that they pulled out the timeout as well, they might go for fast executes. I feel like that would benefit them. But so far, let's see if that is going to be their ball. They might be focusing on pickups as well, lalong-lalo na may hawak na operator din ito si Sang. But umatalon-talonan dito habang nakakratch itong si Senior Carl in hopes of seeing someone kung meron nga magko-commit dito sa C-site natin. But as of the moment, they're thinking things through.
Yeah. Hindi nga niya nakita eh. Smoke na lang niya kasi that orb is looking juicy as ever for VGE as they decide to make that presence. He also put out the smoke dun sa A lobby kanina kaya hindi nakapasok ng si Sang all the way towards that A lobby position. They're taking this as slow as possible because the objective here is to find out where the Killjoy and the controller is, diba, for Valhalla. And now that they know that it is around that C position, they can make an active presence somewhere else. Kaya nag-iingay sila sa A long. They do push through towards the operator of EJ. And it's not the best of causes kasi okay lang, si Phil yung mamatay. Siya lang naman yung isang Reyna para sa team nila. Kung patay si Sang sana, then wala silang entry. Pero he's still alive, does have the operator though, so that kind of puts into question kung gaano kabilis yung magiging entry nila eh, no?
That's actually one of the
30
questions
seconds
I
left.
am pondering in kasi why up for an operator knowing na kayo yung atake?
Spike
It
down.
limits your team into doing necessary
One
executes,
enemy
just like
remaining.
what is happening right now. Mukhang si Sang Pang naiwan and he got no choice but to try and save that operator for himself, limiting his options, limiting his movements, and of course, limiting
seconds
his
left.
team as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, they slowed down their tempo, completely shattered by just that one operator who finally gets Georgie, but as he tries to run, and then FPS says you have nowhere to hide. 5-3 mga kaibigan, Valhalla have already gotten their 5-round streak as they started where they meant to go on. Dito pa lang sa mid-rounds, sila na nagkakaroon ng advantage. EJ, cool, calm, and collectively getting control over A long. Kahit mag-pick sila ng lobby, they need to take care of at least one of their oppositions, diba? And unfortunately, yung operator yung na-meet nila. That's what I like about yung city side ng Haven eh. You can still hold the extremities, especially if iiwan mo lang yung jet dun sa A-long. Then if you want to double stack somewhere, then kahit hayaan mo yung A-short na open, okay lang. Kasi yung A-long, makikita naman yung A-lobby
May
position
compensation.
eh. Tama.
But from now though, nako, May napasabugan pa ata dito. Senyor Carl, wala dito for the side of Valhalla.
What?
Makakadadagdagan pa. Naku, sa kill with the shots here from the Sheriff. Very pristine. But we are seeing here the 2v4. Mukhang masusundan pa. Ingat-ingat lang muna dito for the side of BGE. They made their way here dito sa B-site natin. Pero hindi ata nila alam na si Eman F dito lang sa gilid nila. Mukhang ayun na nga. Pareho sila na umaarangkada dito. 1v2. AJ Zen already.
Oh!
On
Timing!
his own. Oh no! He'll be able to get Eman FPS for himself. But until when with a 1v1 currently happening, he took him off guard.
Timing has been the enemy for Valhalla this time around. They were perfectly retaking from both sides of B. But as they avert their gaze at the worst possible timing, twice in a row, back-to-back, binigyan ng opportunity si AJ Zin para ma-clutch from behind. What a beautiful play from the Killjoy. But what an awkward spot para dito sa Valhalla. They had the round in their hands.
Parang ano no, pwede mo masabi na 30% skill, pero 70% luck. I mean, luck in terms of timing, that is. But now, let's see if this is going to be a boost for the side of BGE, not gonna lie. Because, like, talagang hindi siya nakatingin sa kanya. All the while is doing or getting the deed done. But, ngayon, BGE, they might opt for our ace. And actually, that's a good decision. But yun nga lang, EJ is one step ahead. He's been able to get someone out here already. And it's a crucial player pa. Lalong-lalo na, it is going to be their controller na si Doggy. And this will be limiting them once again, their options and how they will be able to contract some information galing sa nilang counterpart. Pero nako, nagkakitaan pa in the grass area. EJ is gonna fall down. But oh my! Georgie!
Mofo had his knife out. He was playing the contact. He didn't have the smokes. So walang choice yung Valhalla but to make some space for themselves. Kaso sa pag-push nila doon sa city, nagulat na lang sila. Nung nakita na agad, Senor Carl. Oh, he gets over. Look, almost with the spray down. Pero Phil pops his Empress. And gets Senor Carl dito sa loob ng B. 2 versus 3 for Phil as he gets overwhelmed. AJ said we'll get the trade, but Georgie will get themselves the 6th round win. A beautiful start for Valhalla. They got the recovery in the process. Even though they got yung controller, they got them all inside A site. Pero dahil dun sa contact play, they were confident to pull out the knives. They needed that movement and they needed this timing. Pero Georgie at the best possible spot to get the advantage. Plus Senor Carl not checking their corners, man. Sayang na sayang yung lahat ng mga movements na to. This is beautifully done for Valhalla.
Yun nga, in terms of their tips, the usual principle of checking your recorders before you advance another step forward and wherever you're gonna go. But hindi siya nagawa ni VGE at that most crucial time possible. Utilities all scattered here dito sa B-side natin, not entirely activated. Pero ang ibang activated dito ay mga member natin dito for the side of Valhalla. Kada isa meron na silang nakukuha. And definitely Phil will try to connect his shots here from the Sheriff and the rest of VGE. Pero yun nga lang, mapapaatras sila.
At the very split second, you saw that Reno was actually deciding na pumasok dito, And as Mojer picks up that judge, EJ just shows his operator. They get everybody dito sa BGE flawlessly without any point of blemish for Valhalla. Their defense on B was more than solid. It was outstanding, spectacular yung kanilang naging performance sa group stages natin. They won against Action PH and they are proving that they are the team to beat dito sa Group A pa lang natin. If they get the dub, they get 2-0 dito.
Actually, pwede maging colorful masterpiece atong round na to because look at all the ultimates available for them to actually use. So if ever that they can exhaust all of these ultimates in order to play for the advantage for their team, then definitely they should do that. It's going to be really interesting to see. But, nako, Georgie magagawa ng advancements dito. Will try to secure some people, but they will be advancing forward sa A-side natin. Showstopper, not entirely securing anymore because the Georgie pa naman na makakakuha sa kanya. Mukhang meron pang makukuha itong nano swarm natin from Mojer as well. And EJ just minding his own business with the operator too. Cosmic Divide already been put up here for the side of VGE, but a little too late because it's already at 2v5. How would they be able to get their objective done? Lalong-lalo na that they don't have the necessary resources to do it anymore.
No. But they do have somebody on site again, and it's Mofo. Who's holding his nerve, taking his time, not making a single noise. At hindi alam ng Valhalla. already
player
upon sight
standing.
itself. Georgie though just
Spike
actually
down
finds
A.
AGs in, but they don't know about Mofo, and they finally do. Georgie just comes out of heaven, but MNFPS just snipes him out through hell with the Hunter's Fury. And 8-4 mga kaibigan. And just as easy as that, Valhalla steal away yung momentum na tinatry i-shift ng VGE. They got a 3-round lead by the start of the pistol round. But when they got the guns, Valhalla just took over.
Oh my. Actually, no, ang ganda na sana simula dito ni VG is just that Valhalla is trying to continuously brainstorm some strategies and how they will be able to budget or balance themselves dito in order to address kung ano man yung gustong i-play out dito ni Valhalla, rather ni VGE.
3-man push B.
Ay, kita mo, like, yung mga, like, at the same time, talaga sabi ko, yung mga strategies nila na for funsies, quote unquote, it's going to be, as long as it works, then better use it, diba?
As long as it's fun, as long as you find somebody, diba? But they're not gonna find anybody. It's like you're expecting a gift from Christmas, but then you remember you're 25 years old.
Actually, that's so true. That's so
Yeah.
accurate, diba?
Diba? Imagine. Tapos ako mo, sucks, tapos okay na yun sa'yo.
Sheesh.
Yeah, imagine. They push out Georgie. Look at first contact. EJ just combining with his fellow duelist. Donkey will get the difference as Mofo will lock them down, but EJ will rise to the occasion. A triple kill para sa Jet. The duelists are popping up for Valhalla. They explode on the site. And they expected that they see somebody doon sa grass, but they saw no one. It's like you invited everybody for Christmas dinner, pero walang pumasok.
Yeah, it's quite of an unexpected appearance dito din for EJ, no? Na hep, 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 may nahuli. No, parang as they are about to opt for a meeting here for the side of BGE, parang bigla na lang sila na hello. Parang mayroon kayong gustong gawin, never mind. I'm gonna put you guys down one by one.
Parang pumasok sa fiesta pero walang lumpia eh.
Yeah, walang lumpia. Nagwala siya. So, nawala yung mga VGE people.
Pero ito, si Senior Carl, makikita nila. And hello,
Oh,
sir!
no!
Goodbye! The spray from Senior Carl just peppered them all down to size.
Hala
Georgie
ka.
will also get another. And it was as beautifully done for Valhalla as they have expected it. My goodness, Georgie just popping off yet again. And Senior Carl just starting off as
tibag.
strongly as he wanted to be. A triple from the Omen as BGE wanted to start off so well. Sa kanilang eco round, they have met Senior Carl and they said hello to his bulldog.
Gusto ko sanang sabihin na spray and pray, kaya lang calculated spray yun eh.
Kaya
I
nga
mean,
eh.
Bulldog has the least amount of recoil amongst the guns that we currently have, so definitely it must be much easier for him to actually handle Bulldog as well for Senior Call. Good play for them, 10-4 already. Quite of some difficulty dito na being faced by the side of BGE. We are yet to know how they would try to address this one, lalong-lalo na napalapit sila dito sa match point natin for the side of Valhalla, but they are already advancing their feet here dito sa A site natin. Definitely getting rid of any possible site here for the side of BGE, but BGE is trying to contradict that. Now it's already a 1v2 ngayon. Isa na lang naiiwan dito AJ Zin for the last one, and rather Yippee! We're gonna get name!
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the reaction for VGE as they
Sila yung nag-iipi ngayon.
Tama, kasi solid yung naging defense nila, relying on si AJ Zin sa likod ng smoke natin. That was what made Mojer hesitate to push from that A-short position. That meant that they just needed to use yung recon nila from that A-long position.
Yeah.
Kaya sila nag-focus all the way from heaven kasi they were focused or at least distracted from both the recon as well as the fight happening doon sa heaven position. It was like they needed Mojer to be isolated from the fight itself. That's why the smoke was put down. That's why they needed to focus on one angle, and that was that A-long position. Valhalla lost in the sauce doon sa pag-execute all the way from A. Pakatapos nila maglabas ng isang presence, at least that one skill towards that A position, that's when everybody from PGE just backed up from where they're defending and just held yung A site.
Parang hindi naging optimal yung solution nila to go and rush in all in, no?
Yeah.
Parang parating meron dapat naiiwan na isa just in order to oversee some certain things na they might not actually see once that they are minding their own business.
Yeah.
But now for the side of Valhalla, they're gonna take things slow. Parang sabi na, parang nagkamali tayo kanina. What if bagalan muna natin muli yung mga laro natin? Right here, right now, they are trying to offer an entry dito sa garage area natin, putting the sentry down as well. And definitely that will be the sign for AJ Zen to put himself back out there. At baka kasi biglang sumugod tong side ng Valhalla. But little do they know, they're just stretching the time as much as possible.
Imagine mo to, no? Georgie as a
30
personal
seconds
trainer
left.
making VGE sweat on their heels. Solo pushing on Garage, putting the pressure on VGE. Doggy lone on the site, and he has been taken care of. AJ Zin and Mofo at least will combine. But they need to take care of the site itself. EJ locking in yung Garage push dito for BGE. But Virtual Ground will get yung backside control and will fight for the site itself. As they get 2 picks, a 1v3 for Senior Carl, but gets overrun by Feel and Virtual Ground Esports. It's one hell of a way to retake, fight them towards the finish line as they get the 6th round win. Virtual Ground at least got another on the board.
Sobrang swabe ng retake nila dito for the side of Virtual Ground Esports. Like, I love how they've been able to restrain themselves from pushing in. Lalong-lalo na, one of their members are in Garage, right?
Yeah.
Sinusubukan ng makipag-duel sa ibang members natin dito from the side of Valhalla. Parang siguro meron na rin naghudyat dito, teka lang pre, takalmahan mo. Susunod kami, dapat sama-sama or sabay-sabay tayo to offer a retake. And yun nga, nagawa naman nila yun na maganda. Specifically, Phil and AJ has been able to work hand in hand nung sila yung magkasama din sa CT area. So definitely, that is a really good retake for them. But until when kaya nila makakuha mga signs or mga points natin dito? It's already 10-6. Paunti-unti, they've been able to make their way into trying to set par dito for Valhalla. But Valhalla, syempre hindi nila hayaan na gawin yun ni DGE eh.
Yeah, I mean, leaving Georgie to make his own moves again. The same story that we saw from how he has been controlling that field, though, is not scared anymore. Finally, will take care of the Boracay duelist. Senior Carl follows through at least with the 1-for-1, and it is a very big trade-off to get. Yung smoker ng Virtual Ground has been taken care of. They're all holed up on Garage, and they're making their way towards that C-split na kailangang i-hold ni AJ Zin dito. The Utah has been blinded na overwhelmed siya ni M and FPS who gets the shot through the Killjoy. They get another pick-off to get the C-side control. EJ has been a menacing unit para dito sa team ng Valhalla. As now it all relies on Sang to get the 1v3. This is an excruciating part of their defense, the retaking part, kung saan nag-iisa na lang si Sang at kailangan niyang i-isolate yung picks.
Paano nga ba gagawin to? Lahat sila nasa backside lang din. So, and they have someone extending onto CT, but at this point in time, or at this rate, is going to be pretty difficult for him to try and offer some pickups as well, not unless na meron nga siyang makuhang way in order to segregate these people. But most likely, pukang medyo mahirap, and there is also a risk that they will hunt them down, or hunt him down.
Yeah, you look at the split now for Valhalla. It has always been to take care of at least 1 point. Hindi sila nakapag-push ng all 5 to C-long. Kasi they have been proving that that point is just not as overwhelming as it would be kapag ka nag-split ka. They also take care of BGE Sang, who only holds the only rifle that they have dito sa round na to.
Sa explosion!
Yeah, yun nga eh. Tignan mo yung buys nila. Si Sang nakabaki lang, yung iba naka-sheriff, tapos si Phil at saka si Mofo, they only have the short rifles to work with. They don't have the full buy against Valhalla. They'll have the overwhelming odds in this round in particular because it's match point after they get this round.
Actually, ramdam ko yung pagkamot ng ulo ni Sang doon.
Ano yun?
So, napakakamot siya ng ulo, pre. Kasi alam niya na parang hindi niya expect na aabot doon yung explosion. Which is, actually, personally, hindi ko siya in-expect. But, at the same time, it's just quite unfortunate. But, it seems like they'll be able to see someone here, Sang, dito sa sewers area natin. Dalawa silang naroon. But, immediately, M1FPS will make his way in order to eliminate them just shortly. Hindi pa sila nakapag-spider ngayon pa lang. But, it seems like he'll be able to capitalize on the manpower advantage nila and as well as the utilities na kanilang nilalapag. Hindi pa ganun karami, so they can use this up to its fullest.
Sayang kasi hindi naglabas ng flank watch util si Killjoy. kung sana kunimit nila yung push, but Field and AJ's in.
Woo!
They want to take the site itself, but EJ just peppers them with bullets. A triple from the Jet. And if we thought that Valhalla was gonna get retaken upon from all sides of the map, EJ, the franchise player, the Jet main, para sa side ng Valhalla, just makes the difference yet again. 26 frags for the guy. He is popping off when he first was mentioned dito sa RRQ. Back when they were on the franchise league, all the doubts were on this guy and how he can perform. But week in, week out, he has been the consistent performer of the team. And now that he is in Valhalla, he is proving that he is one.
He proved them all wrong. Kung ano yung mga initial thoughts nila dito kay EJ, and definitely until now, ito na nga rin yung sinasabi ko kanina, parang nakakatakot parate na si EJ yung nakikita mong katapat mo, because this guy, hindi mo malaman, hindi mo makakapa kung kailan siya magpa-pop up. But now, Senior Call, he was able to get a couple already here at the current time.
One
Kahit na
enemy
sinusubukan
remaining.
ni Sang mag-up for trade, mukhang hindi ito sumasapat. And even for the rest of the members here, for the side of Virtual Ground Esports, lockdown already activated here. For the side of Valhalla, just for the, parang 101% sure sila na kanila ito. But we are seeing the Hunter Fury are also being put out here. Parang talaga ginagawa nila target at si Doggy. Wala siyang choice kundi magpalaglagin na yun na nga ang nangyari. It is going to be an advantage here and the win for the side of Valhalla, ending this match for themselves. And we can see kung sino lang naman ang prime na reason or catalyst kung bakit nila nakuha yun.
My God. He is the
Wow.
guy to watch out for nga naman sa Valhalla. The Jets have been popping off today, no? Para sa ating VCT teams. It was Ja kanina.
Baka may Jet buff for
now.
today.
Para naman dito sa Valhalla, it was EJ,
Yeah.
Talagang the standout player for so long. But what about, let's talk about like the ups and downs dito sa laban natin. Let's start with the downs, right?
Yes.
It has been expected for Valhalla to take this. But VGE have made this as quick as they can to try to make this as close as possible, diba? Nakita mo yung pistol round nila, decisive as ever, taking the short range control, habang yung Valhalla naman yung magta-try na mag-adjust, diba? Pero nung nagtagal, nag-adjust sila agad. Nakapag-tempo sila on their T side, and when Georgie was the guy who needed to make odds work dito, then that's when he was the one popping off. But now, let's talk about our MVP, mga kaibigan. Sino ba yung naging standout player para sa Valhalla, para sa kanilang panalo? It will be EJ?
Siyempre. Di ba ma-obvious yun? Ayan.
Yeah.
Parang
No
ano na,
doubt.
no doubt na with a combat score of 332 and in 27-8 with no assist. Parang self-sufficient, independent man.
Strong
EJ
independent
that is,
duelist.
diba? Strong independent duelist or Jet. And we have seen here how EJ has been able to move the mountains for his team.
Yeah.
Definitely with the blades na kung ano meron siya. Para siyang blade dancer, no? Sinasayawan niya lang yung kalaban while putting out all of the necessary bullets onto their opponent's head, giving them the mad advantage in terms of numbers, and not only that, most of the space as well.
Yeah, no hesitation, all confidence para kay EJ. If all the vibes are connecting para sa both Naos and Valhalla, then they're definitely a shoe-in para sa ating group stages this point in time, mga kaibigan. But the battle is not done. Kasi we had a couple more games to go dito para sa ating qualifiers. But before that, we would like to thank our official sponsors for the group stages of Predator League as a whole. Ang Predator Gaming, Intel, at saka Planet 9. Wag na wag kayong aalis, mga kaibigan, dahil we're gonna be having the third game of the group stages.
That's done.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted. Standing.
Blocking sight.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid. One enemy remaining. player standing.
Focus for a second. Good. Face your fear!
Down A. One enemy remaining. Down A. One enemy remaining.
Enemy down. I don't care how bright. Stay down.
Planted.
With the Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with a Predator Orion X.
With the Predator Helios 3D15 Spatial Labs Edition.
The 13th gen Intel Core i9 HX processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 GPU, and our custom-engineered Aeroblade cooling, alongside liquid metal over the CPU.
Delivering intuitive interaction and immersive sensation through technologies like advanced sensory solutions, optical display, and the latest real-time rendering technologies.
With the Helios Neo 16. 13th gen Intel Core processor? Check. GeForce RTX 40 series graphics? Of course. As for cooling, the Helios Neo includes Predator's custom-engineered cooling solutions listed here, with our unique Aeroblade fans and liquid metal thermal grease. Predator Triton 17X laptop. This powerhouse features a GeForce RTX 4090 with a max TGP of 175 watts, the Acer Nitro XC452 CUV at 44.5 inches with a 32:9 ultra-wide aspect ratio and 1500R curvature. Predator Orion X. The Intel Core i9 13900KS Special Edition processor boasts 24 cores, a flagship NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. It is the smallest PC that features this GPU. Upgrade your gaming experience with the Predator Orion X.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Predator League 2023. Philippine Qualifiers has been underway and the group stages are on a high. Ako pala si Ramon, kasama ko si Mochi. We have been casting today's games para sa group stage ng day 1 as we're now heading into possibly our last game. A bit of an explanation, mga kaibigan. Mukhang today hasn't been going the way that we wanted it to be.
Yeah, so definitely ang upcoming natin dito is going to be now Esports and Valhalla, and definitely we have been able to see the prowess of both of these teams with the same opponent.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, here for the side of Vertigan Esports, you can see na parang there is going to be a lot of motivation for them to grind further, no? But on the other hand, Naos and Valhalla, we have been able to see kung sino-sino yung mga taong nagpa-pop up dito. It's actually quite the jet users, diba? And alongside with their sidekicks na yung mga Reynas nila, si Wits, and as well as tong si Georgie from the Amalando of Ascent and Haven. And not gonna lie, all these narratives that we have been able to build up upon simula kanina, it's quite of the same thing na are like really classic, no? Parang, okay, Duelist just leading the charge and on the same pretty prevalent maps na nakikita natin.
Pang-APAC talaga eh.
Parang ano siya, yeah, it's pretty simple for us to understand. So, I guess what is going to be interesting here is now that we have both of these teams with the same compositions ng mga nagpa-pop up and at the same time they're always opting for the most comfortable maps. Anong mangyayari pag nag-clash na sila?
Kaya nga eh, no? Kasi ang dami
Diba?
nating mga opportunities to see them play out different compositions. We've seen them play the standard composition where they sometimes like to play the default, diba? Sometimes they like to play, to outsmart their opponents. Ngayon kasi, yung kalaban nila, yung Virtual Ground, they have been displaying their dominance with their double duelist comp because that was the game plan naman sana for Virtual Ground Esports. They tried what they can to hold their ground, pero ang naging tagumpay para dito sa mga favorite teams natin was how they were able to set the tempo up against their opponents this time around. But now that they're on the face-off ngayon, ang Naos laban dito sa Valhalla, they're both experienced VCT teams before. Pero ang Naos kasi, they're already like a well-built machine from the ground up na, diba? They already played in a lot of like previous tournaments now. The core has been established ever since nandun pa rin si Ja at saka si Papi Chulo when they started. Now they have combining powers with Nexi and Tesseract. Yung import na galing sa India, nakapasok na dito sa loob ng Naos Esports si Tesseract. And you also have one of the best sentinels in the Philippines joining the helm of Naos, combining that top 1 spot, and now they're proving that they are the team to beat. While on the other hand, Valhalla, parang ganun na din eh, no? Parang iba't ibang teams na nasa isang core, and now they're displaying their dominance on the double duelist comp. Now, the question is, are they gonna do the same thing again? Because feeling ko now that they're playing against tougher opponents,
They will
opponents
switch
that have
something
more experience, opponents that
Yeah.
have more cohesion with what they're trying to do here, baka ngayon hindi na tayo makakita ng double duelist. Baka mas smart na yung mga team counts natin.
Yeah, and also maaaring maging mag-switch up sila ng mga bagay-bagay dito, pero there is also a possibility that I think magiging mapa natin ng bind din natin. Would that be the case or not quite sure yet? But from the team compositions
Hindi
na meron tayo
pang-bind eh.
dito, parang hindi nga siya pang-bind, no? What if it's still the same thing na nasa Haven pa rin pala tayo? We're not quite sure kasi sa Valhalla, it's the same na team composition na meron dito, but never mind, it is going to be Ascent. So,
Okay.
balik tayo dito sa basic na mapa natin, ang mapa ng Pinoy, the land that we are home to, but it's not Philippines, it's a France map or Italy map. But yeah, Naos Esports, it is going to be this lineup as well. Pretty interesting for us to see the double initiator comp, the usual na, KO and Sova, but anong yung dito, predictions?
Well, feeling ko naman eh, I've been all in for Naos like all throughout, and I feel like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I feel like Naos is still gonna be going through with this. They already have the dominating I'd say mental from how they've been starting dito. You saw the vibes and how they performed, and as a core, they're more fundamentally sound. Hindi sila yung tipong hold W lang lagi. Only kapag sa opponent na alam nilang hold W, sila magiging hold W. But now they're up against Valhalla, a very strong opponent in their eyes, but they faced against similar opponents before. They saw that from Oasis Gaming, and they saw that from how they were in the qualifying stage anyway. So they can just polish whatever they've been trying to do from that qualifying stage, and then they don't need to change up anything else. Ang nakikita ko lang na wildcard dito is how Wits can be as cohesive as he can be as the IGL for the team. But other than that, I feel like it's all good para sa Naos, para dito sa matchup na to.
Same thoughts. Actually, on my end, it
Kailan
will
tayo
be Naos
mag-aaway,
as
Mochi?
well. Pero kasi, not gonna lie, I mean, for Valhalla kasi, I can see the reason why they offer double duelists as well. But at the same time, we all know how the double duelist comp goes. If you haven't been able to start it off in a really good note, then definitely you won't be able to end it off in a really good note. Kasi, yan na yung nagiging pundasyon mo kung paano kayo aarangkada ng team mo eh.
Kaya nga eh, you know, if you got that first point of momentum, then it's gonna be hard to stop them. And that is the type of team that Valhalla is, diba? Especially if you give Georgie a lot of responsibility as the duelist. So we're heading on into the ascent map, mga kaibigan. It has been the time para sa Naos para ma-strike ang lahat na nasa group stages. But for Valhalla, it is a time to strike out as the wild card in this position. They got a 2-0 all throughout their group stage games. And now is their time to dominate against Naos. But, you know, Naos has been heralded as the top 1 team for so long now. But it was under a different banner kasi nandun pa rin naman yung old nilang roster. Nandun si Ja, si Papi Chulo, yes, still on this very same one. Pero alam mo yun, parang same face pero different different clothes eh. Parang nagbago yung style ng Naos. But will that hold for fruit? We'll find out in this matchup against Valhalla as they make their way over to mid.
Wow, dire-diretso sila dito, walang preno-preno at wala silang magagawa dito for the side of Naos kundi tanggapin lahat ng mga pasok dito sa mid-area natin papuntang B. Tesseract lang naman ang nag-aabang dito sa both side natin pero shock start niya, mukhang kokonekta pero di entirely in na para ma-put down dito si Senior Carl. Yippee-yo, yippee-yay! Anong gagawin mo ngayon na ikaw at ang isang mong tropa na lang naiiwan dito na si Papi Chulo? Mukhang wala. Dahil, dediretso sila dito, sila ang nang-hunt sa mga members natin dito from Naos. Alam mo ba't ako natatawa kanina?
Bakit?
Gigil na gigil si Senior Carl, di ba sila, they're wishing each other have fun, GLHF, good to ganyan. Sabi Senior Carl, ayoko mag-have fun.
Ay! Ayoko nga!
Natawa ako eh, decision.
Natawa ako eh, kasi magkakaibigan ka naman sila
Yeah, ang
eh. They
funny
played
lang.
with each other, against each other. They've been to the same family dinners. It's like another game for them ngayon.
Yeah.
Diba? Even if they're on different teams, they have played with each other before anyway, so, you know, it's like a family reunion, all things considered. Now it's losing on their pistol round, so this time, back on the eco yet again. EJ being the fire starter again. Georgie following through the second duelist, but everybody from Naos is just going into the meat grinder of Georgie. A triple from the Reyna. And even though it was an eco, this has got to feel good for Valhalla. A 4K for Georgie. The Boracay Jet is now on the Reyna and has been activated para sa Valhalla.
Boracay Reyna na siya, dude. Tindi na nga, lahat ng mga bangkay na sa iisang spot lang din eh. Kada isa sa kanila, parang nag-line up sila para na mabaril ito ni Georgie. So definitely, it is kind of an interesting round here for the side of Valhalla. And also, about time for Naos to step up. Lalong-lalo na, it is going to be their buy round. Still a lot of utilities available here for the side of Valhalla as well. But with this lineup, Reconnaissance Ball, wala naman siyang madedetect. But at the same time, madedelay si Valhalla sa pagpasok dito sa A site natin because they want to break their momentum.
Yeah, they even split up again. Hayaan na lang. Nandun pa rin sa mid-bottom si Ja, and he will do so. Mojer taken off in the picture. Papasok ang Valhalla. Despite this, Papi Chulo will split them up. Will get the 2K for himself. Valhalla trying to regain control of the site itself. Georgie popping off again, being the difference maker. Pero Tesseract will cut him off. It's all on Nexi. Senior Carla will regain focus. Try to make some space doon sa mid-bottom as he smokes off yung CT. A 1v1 against Nexi himself. But they know each other very well. They have been teammates before on the same Naos banner. As Nexi takes his time to reposition himself. Hindi nga niya alam na nagpa-plant na si Senior Carl. He's still wary about all of his positions, but now that he has known na plant siya dun sa B, it's all on how he can position himself, wherein he will commit to the backside.
You know what? I really like this split screen situation here that we're having right now. Props sa ating Prod because we are seeing kung ano yung mga utilities na available for both sides of the teams and if they are knowledgeable of whereabouts. And na yun na nga, just like that, Nexi has been able to set himself up for victory here, being able to opt him out just about the duels.
Pero the thing about that though is that Naos have depleted all of their resources to try to get this first win dito. They used every part of their util, and they also have Nexi, the only gun coming into this next round. So everybody else from Naos only has pistols to work with. They also have to buy back their utilities, so it's gonna be very expensive. Georgie regaining control after having a 2 versus 4 on the hands of Naos is a show of how well their mental resilience has been all throughout the group stages and how fired up tong si Georgie. 7-1-0 on the Reyna and has the Empress online and ready as well.
My, that is just how they've been able to build up yung mga skills na yon in order to offer a full reset. Pero si Georgie mapapabagsak dito kaagad ni Ja. In hopes of turning it, EJ would try and to compensate, but Tesseract would be able to secure him out in exchange. 3v3 already happening here. Mukhang nagkakaroon tayo ng magandang puning dito for the side of Valhalla. UBA were able to get 2 already, but Nexi, siya naman na may iwan dito. There is still the possibility na meron siya mga mapitas, and I feel like well aware naman siya kung saan patungo itong mga members natin from the side of Valhalla, but at the same time mag-iingat na muna siya. 1 minute on the clock, maraming oras ang Valhalla dito in order to offer and execute a side ang kanilang tinatunguan here, but mukhang kailangan talaga mag-ingat ni Nexi dito, lalong-lalo na wala siyang util na maaaring magamit dito, and if ever that he will try to offer a retake, it's going to be a bloody one.
Yeah, every single path that he takes will make sound. They will find out where he is coming from. So him on Heaven is the only point that he can go for. The optimal choice for Nexi. The 1v3 from the guy that we have been looking out for. He gets spotted by the drone. He walks up towards that Heaven position. They're double crossed up doon sa ating Hell. But he gets the tap kay Mojer. But MNFPS will say, get out of here, man. This is our ace site. Valhalla will get the 3rd round dito for the side of their T side. But Naos, they have been pretty proactive in the trying to set the bar dito sa ating mid side. No? Trying to double peek. You got the cross doon sa ating market. You also have that double split up over towards that A short. They're unwilling to take every single advantage point out from Valhalla, but in doing so, they're opening themselves up into these fights. Kaya nakakuha tong si Georgie, kaya nakakuha ng split off itong si Mojer.
Yes, actually, it is going to be a really good sign here for the side of Naos to offer that consecutive efforts, but until when, and hopefully maging consistent sila in doing so, considering that they really want to vouch na magkaroon tayo ng equalized na points dito for the side of Valhalla, because Valhalla, maganda yung kanilang dito binibuild na foundation for themselves. They've been able to go for really great mid controls, and as well as yung mga segregations natin in terms of duels, the trades, just like what we are seeing here, right now, Georgie's been able to take Ja off, one of the most crucial people here for the side of Naos na napakahilig na rumonda para maghanap ng mga makahunt. But still, EJ, mukhang masusundan pa. 2 people here trying to contest him from mid, but will be backing up shortly knowing the odds that they currently have.
Yeah, just business as usual. Para sa buy round lang, para sa side ng Valhalla, they keep them in very tight angles, kaya papatay sila 1 by 1 just from the sheriffs that they have in their hands. Nexi back on being the 1v5 player, pero hindi niya makaklatch against MNFPS, who fights him 1v1 over towards that mid position, flawlessly taking yung 4th round for Valhalla. It's almost like they reunited as brothers, MNFPS at saka itong si Nexi. Back in RRQ, remember when they won in Predator League 2020?
Yeah, that is something
tapos
we
si
did
Emma
not
naman yung
expect.
nanalo sa kanya ngayon.
That's really notable, yung moment na yun. Kasi yun time na parang sobrang taas na ng tension, sobrang pressured na lahat, and you're seeing our players just, parang yung mga mannerisms nila, nakikita mo na habang nakaupo sila dun sa mga kinauupuan nila. But at the same time, they've been able to hold it out, and in the end, they managed to win it for themselves. When initially, most of the people are vouching for Team Secret, diba?
Yeah. I mean, the rise of all of these other PH teams na ngayon, sila naman yung magsaset ng bar. Valhalla, they're the ones who want to take the tempo up, and Georgie will do just that. AJ will combine the 2 duelists are popping off para sa Valhalla. They're making the lives of Naos difficult as they force them out of the site, but Tesseract at least will take the flanking killjoy. They activate the Hunter's Fury. In the process of that, MNFBS is trying to dance away from that ultimate. Tesseract does not hit the shot. as he will at least delay the inevitable.
planted.
Take the spike over to the A side. Ja trying to reach, trying to grab at least a point of contention. Senior Carl will at least make the difference. Ja finally will catch tong si Georgie. It's leaving all up to the two players on now to make the difference. Nexi and Ja make the 2 versus 3 happen! At akala ng Valhalla, kinailangan nila yung round na ito, but for Naos, they need it more than ever.
The shield and the sword of Naos has been able to work hand in hand in order to get that round for themselves. Ngayon, from what you have seen there, talagang it all boiled down in terms of their duels eh. Parang wala akong masyadong nakita mga nababato mga util din except for the paranoia na ginamit ni Senior Carl. But on the other hand, this is going to be a crucial one because that just means na maraming nasave dito ang side ng Naos, and at the same time, we're seeing a lot of ultimates already.
Yeah.
No, in terms of the lockdown, the Bladestorm, and as well as from the shadows, but also the Hunter's Fury dito kay M and FPS from Valhalla. So we'll see how they will be able to use this up to its full potential. Na ngayon, mukhang nagkakaroon na ng kainitan dito sa entrada ng A-site natin.
Yeah, kahit hindi pa napatay nitong si Georgie, si Ja, the fact that he's already low on HP is a good sign for Valhalla's attack.
Oh.
And Nexi, he pushes too far, he gets himself down, but he still kills off EJ. My goodness, the HP advantage does not matter when you have the aim and when you have the first winning point. The 5 versus 4 for Valhalla, they get overwhelmed by that B main control by Nexi. Georgie surprising Ja. He did not expect Georgie to creep up just as easy as that. And that pulls out the rotation. That's when Witz tries to make the difference dito naman sa may tree position. Calling Georgie out in towards that short, and as he pushes, that's when he kills him. 3 versus 4. They take control of A, at least through the extremities. Papi Chulo can try to make it happen, but MNFPS says, get out of my sight. 2 versus 4 with Valhalla taking control.
Spike
Ayun
planted.
na nga. So, paano sila magre-retake dito? Desurek, mukhang pinangunahan ka. Mukhang magkakaroon na siya ng idea dito kung paano nila gagawin yon with the recon ball entirely not connecting to anyone though. Pero mukhang may idea na siya kung saan naglalagay ang mga membro natin dito from the side of Valhalla. Naantay niya lang yung kanyang kasama trying to go for some shots dito in hopes of connecting it through the wall. Pero mukhang hindi pa ito nangyayari. The time is ticking. They're just clearing the site out. But Georgie, in the most unexpected position possible, he'll be able to get that frag for himself. Already up for the 3K already. And walang choice si Nexi dito kundi i-save yung vandal na hawak-hawak niya. He's just clutching onto it. It's also dear. But at the same time, Georgie is on the hunt.
Yeah, na-imagine ko sa'yo si Nexi just cuddling with his only vandal while he's sleeping at night. Georgie just trying to hunt him down. But, you know, the 5th round is inevitable for Valhalla anyway, so that's just a bonus at this point if they actually kill off the last player. Nexi, I like the proactiveness from this guy, you know. He's a sentinel, he doesn't want to play the passive game anymore. He wants to be the one taking the first step. Yung problema nga lang, Valhalla all around the map has been making moves before Nexi was even thinking about peeking into B main anyway. So they compensate. They make more moves around the map, adjustments all throughout in that mid-round. Georgie again activated, and Naos struggling to even make a point here. It's almost like that KO pick is not even hindering Georgie.
Actually, no. Imagine how good it would be kung sakali man na Valhalla's been able to do some advancements and then merong magkop-kop sa kanila na org.
And the best thing about this, Georgie is the one who's making the strats happen for the team.
Yan nga
Siya yung may
diba?
pinakamaraming ideas. He's not the IGL, but he's the guy who wants to make everybody do what he wants to do.
Definitely, diba? And everyone has been able to get their fair share of making that happen.
Yeah.
And now that they've been able to destroy the economy here for the side of Naos, it's already about time for them to actually do some further executes, you know, try to fire or boost themselves up para naman lalong magkaroon sila ng kickstart, or rather, hindi ang kickstart, lalong magkaroon, they will be able to press down dun sa pedal natin dito. That is, and definitely, they would be able to get a good grasp sa kung ano ang pwede nilang i-play out dito sa match na ito.
Nako, kung kanina nagdi-default sila ngayon, it's an all commit over B. This is what Georgie has been wanting to do, and it has been so successful as ever. EJ taking off yung nag-iisang nag-hold ng B. Nexi already been placed to the death grave. 4 versus 5 mga kaibigan. Naos under every single point of scrutiny dito, forcing out yung pag-push nila all the way from CT, but as Ja peaks, he gets overwhelmed. Mojer will get that 2 for 1. Georgie and MNFPS, they get simultaneous pressure on every part of B. Not giving Naos an inch, not giving Naos an opening. They had the time to push through that BCT position, but before they even do that, they peek out of market. They kill him outside of CT, and they even overwhelm the only anchor on site.
Oh no. Mukhang na-exhaust na yung mga members natin dito from the side of Naos, but at the same time, for the next round, they will be able to get some guns, but not entirely enough to up for full shields. So this is going to be a struggle for themselves. Mamaya kasi, sumabit sila in terms of doing these types of stuff, to the point na hindi na sila makabawi in terms of their economy because Valhalla is so keen or so powerful in terms of getting these runs done with.
Yeah.
So kung sakali man, it's going to be a struggle for the side of Naos, pero mukhang nasimulan niya na mukhang nakukuha dito ng dalawa dito si Ja. Napakatindi naman talaga ng kanyang simula para sa round na ito, pero mukhang masusundan pa ata as Wets will be able to get Georgie as well dito sa tree area natin. Mukhang merong possible na pag-asa dito from the side of Naos. Hindi pa naman ganun kalaki yung diferensya natin in terms of scores, pero mabuti na rin na sila'y nag-iingat dito.
Yeah, at least they can build something off of this. Ja combining again yung sarili niyang self-sufficiency, diba? Just taking control of mid-bottom, not asking for support from Wits just means that he can just tuck himself into a corner, not let Georgie take control over that short position all alone. Ja now back on short. Now the guardian of that site. Everybody from Naos is actually looking towards that short position as they peek on. Everybody has a backup plan for Naos. A triple for Ja. Wits also backing up his teammate. And you know that the vibes are back in set para sa Naos. You know that they're back in sync. They're back in the game. And as long as they still have control somewhat of their CT side, then, they're not gonna get overrun. This is gonna be as close as they possibly could.
And on the bright side, ang daan ng mga available na ultimates dito for Naos, no? Kung kanina we have 3, ngayon 4 na ata ang active na ultimates nila, specifically the no command here from the hands of Wits. Never mind, but it is going to be pretty much beneficial for them just in case that they will need to offer a retake. Pero mukhang nagkaroon na nga ng lapagan dito of lockdowns from both sides of the teams. This is gonna delay both teams from doing such. But the Hunter Fury, in hopes of compensating with any damage na pwede nilang ma-deal dito sa their counterpart, mukhang hindi yan mangyayari. Pero si Georgie mukhang siya pa rin talaga ang nangunguna in terms of securing their skills. Masusundan pa, Wits will be falling down. And mukhang mawawala na isang initiator dito sa side ng Naos. Pero ngayon, magkakaroon ata ng rest back dito si Tederac, pero hindi ito sasapat hanggang sa iyon na nga ang magiging ending natin dito. Valhalla once again for this round.
Look at the guys from Valhalla just taking every single space away from Naos. Yung pag-push nila over from B after nila mahanap ng si Nexi, and the layer of ultimates from both sides all made the difference, especially from Valhalla, because they still committed even though there was the Killjoy ulti from Nexi. They had the Hunter's Fury anyway from MNFPS, so papasok si EJ nang hindi siya natatakot sa ultimate ng Killjoy. Na-hunt pa agad itong si Nexi by Georgie. And that support from the team is just overwhelming to say the least. He tries to tuck himself into a corner using agad yung Cloud Burst, but it is not gonna help you. Ja has been knocked out by EJ. Georgie will get the double kill. You got the B main control, you got lane as fast as possible. There was no time for Naos to react. Valhalla have been getting every single first blood without giving Naos space to breathe.
Napakahirap nito kasi alam mo na merong pinaplano itong si Naos. You saw Ja holding that operator for himself in hopes of getting some pickups here for the side of Valhalla. But Valhalla is one step ahead. They are aware of what they should do. They rush through. Dito kay Ja, wala siyang choice kundi tanggapin lahat ng mga dumadaan sa kanya. Hindi na nadepensahan yung site para sa kanila. And definitely, it is a win here for the side of Valhalla once again. Kung kanina sinusubukan nila na i-hinder yung momentum na meron dito for Valhalla is para hindi ito umuubra para sa kanila.
Hindi talaga eh. When they find an opportunity to play the slow and the fast tempo, then they pull it out in the most notable of timings. Imaginein mo yun. Ganun sila ka-confident ngayon. Ganun sila ka-rich they can afford another operator even if EJ is holding one for himself anyway. Mid bottom completely under control of EJ just by him holding an operator alone. If Ja can peek, he will die from the hands of that op, but also being under the observance of NAS Esports. Ja this time will finally get first blood. Georgie knocked out as early as possible. They spot the operator. EJ was holding it over towards mid. Just as he got scanned from that recon drone, Tesseract has given notice to where the operator is coming from. But look at the positioning out for the Killjoy. Mojer slowly creeping up over B main, not making a lot of noise, and finally they find out. But is that really the plan here? Will Valhalla walk into the fiery start that is now and their Killjoy gadgets plus Tesseract with the scan? Does not hit the headshot through. As they commit this time around, Mojer will now call upon the push over B. This is where they will get tested. Tesseract headshot onto EJ. He dashes to death. Ja will hold the line towards the site, but he does not know about Senior Carl. Inside that market position, will get spotted by Mojer. They got the site control as fast as they can. Senior Carl follows with a second. Valhalla have taken the space. Naos are now under scrutiny with a triple from Valhalla.
Wits! May oras ka pa para i-retake tong site na to, pero ang tanong ay masisegregate mo ba? Hindi! Woo! And if you'll be able to end his life, Mojer. And that is also the end of our first half.
See, look at that. They are choking the life out of Naos in a lot of ways where Naos usually get the first blood. But they take it slow, calm, collected. They don't take the forward space as fast because they know that they have the time on their side. They know that Naos are the ones under pressure.
They're well aware of that, and they are making the most out of it. Kung sakali man na magkaroon ng mga follow-ups dito si Naos, before man nila ma-carry out kung ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin in order to shut Valhalla down, mapapangunahan na sila. Because Valhalla is so quick in terms of doing stuff, and they always get the job done and dusted. Minsan, sumusobra pa.
Under normal circumstances, Senior Carl would have been punished sa loob ng smoke TP na yon in market. But he had full info na walang tao doon. So he went in there under anybody's business. So MNFPS now the one who gets overwhelmed by Ja with the frenzy, getting two. Para sa kanyang team, Naos, they finally get control over B, finally get some space, finally transitions to the T side, where Senior Carl gets forced into a blemish, a double for Tesseract, a double for Ja, and finally Naos find control. Finally, they found comfort, now that they're the ones setting the tempo for the team.
Tama na raw. We're taking this lightly, and it's about time for them to opt for more points on this match. Si Jan lang naman yung nagpasimuno dito kasi binan mo naman, dire-diretso siya, no? Parang wala siyang tinititigan, wala siyang tinitignan, parang hinahamok niya lahat. Parang dire-diretso lang siya dito sa B-site natin, and being accompanied by Tesseract as well really just gave them an edge on that round.
Yeah, I mean, you have that synergy moving forward, then Naos can slowly and surely try to come back from this. This was the story from how they won against Oasis Gaming anyways. They had a really low deficit. They won out of a comeback. So it's a matter of mental resiliency at this point. Ja, bulldog in hand, showmaker for the team. He pushes on stairs, but the headshot from MNFPS might minimize the impact that they had. Napakalapit lang ni Wits. Inamoy niya si MNFPS bago siya patayin gamit ng Bulldog. 1v4, Senior Carl. Almost as if it's like a formality at this point. No? Just give yourself up dito. 5-9 for Naos at this point.
Naantay lang nila kung magpapakita tong si Senior Carl. Kasi, syempre, we have our prides. At hindi naman pwede na kung sakali man na mayroon dadaan dito, hayaan niya lang na mapabagsak siya. So, definitely he's just gonna wait here if ever that someone's gonna pass through his crosshair. But, ang isasara nila ito, ay hindi naman pwede na hindi siya mamatay dito because at the same time, sayang yung crits na makuha niya from when he is gonna be eliminated.
Yeah. Quick 2-0 agad. It's a must-win pistol round for Naos. Kaya they decided to kick the tempo up. They started fast this time sa kanilang second half. Which was in contrast to how Valhalla started. They played off the slow game nung naglaro sila over towards that mid-bottom position. They played fast, slow, slow naman, tapos fast naman. You see the tempo play that I'm trying to get at? Valhalla have been playing that pace for a couple of rounds now, and they're using it as like a point of like mind games against like Naos. Now Naos start off fast. When are they gonna start slow? This time they default to mid bottom. Now the pressure is on for Valhalla. They have the buy round. But even if they have the better guns, pwede pa rin sila in contest against like the Sheriffs, against like the Spectres, the Bulldogs that Naos have in their pockets. So if they give up the space, then at least they have a lot of firepower heading into retakes. Look at A-site, mas padali pa nga to eh.
Actually, you know what I find interesting here is that kung kanina yung mga Jets natin yung self-sufficient and individually tumatrabaho, parang ngayon sila yung nagiging team player. Lalong-lalo na, though, the difference lang for the side of Valhalla is that they've got Georgie to actually go for some specific pop-ups kung kakailanganin lang nila. Pero ngayon, M1 FPS will be able to set charge here. Si Ja ang unang may eliminate here, but Mojer would be detected by the dart. So this is going to be really crucial on his end, but they're just waiting for Naos to actually push forward sa B-site natin. Let them walk into their grave. At yun nga ang binabalak dito ng side of Valhalla, pero hindi na expect na si Tetsurak gagawa ng ganon. And now it's already a 2v2. Both of the people here is really low in health. Pero ngayon, kung nag-iingat sila dito, they're just waiting for any people who's gonna pass through dito. Pero with the gunshots nagagaling dito from the wallbang. Oh, Senor Carl's been able to get these two already. 3K, and we have seen they just lined up, all prepared for Senor Carl to devard.
The same place where Tesseract had a lineup kill, getting 2 frags for the team. It is where they also got a lineup para sa Valhalla. Senor Carl is the one to make the difference dito with the Bulldog from Market alone. This is what I've been talking about. They need to make something happen on their buy round, which is why Naos decided to kick the tempo doon naman sa mid-bottom position. Market in control, but they closed the door down. So they left the opportunity open para makuha ng Valhalla yung Market. And that's when they kind of dug themselves in a grave. Kasi yung B main walang control. They left the CT open dahil doon sa lineup kill na ginawa agad nitong si Mojer. Then they're able to get themselves in B, but they don't have anybody to cut the rotation off dun sa B main. Nag-slide lang sila agad dun sa stairs, hoping that they get a double peek. But they got a double lineup in exchange of that. A beautiful timing for Valhalla. They're able to capitalize on a double-digit victory para dito sa CT side nila. If ever Naos lose this yet again, then this is hurtful. At least they get itong si Georgie. That can translate to A-short being wide open, especially with the split happening, but they decide to go for mid-bottom anyways.
Who would have known that the YOLO mindset can benefit them also well, diba? But at the same time, it might be a double-edged sword. Pretty similar to kanina, no? For Georgie, is that hindi in-expect na once na mag-push siya, may draw pa na nakabang sa kanya. But at the same time, mukhang si Mojer nagkaroon ng advantage ang Danner because he managed to go from upper chain for Naos. But mukhang nasusundan pa dito. Jack's been able to put him down. And it is about time for them to actually secure the B-side for themselves. But M1 FPS, through the smoke, he's been able to get Jack for himself. At mukhang magpapabilis sa kanilang executions natin dito. Hunter Spirit already being put out dito for Sensor Rock. Pero from B-May, mukhang hindi na-expect si Papi Chulo, but Senor Carl will be able to catch him out. Pero ngayon, few people here, one from Bond and one in their front, but he will be able to get them for themselves. 2 people here. Ja and M on FPS.
So my
Solid, pre.
solid na solid ni EJ from the flick. Papunta sa baba, sa ulo ni Wits, trying to hold yung stairs position. He was under a lot of pressure. Kasi after gamitin agad yung ultimate, then they needed to run away from it. Mojer, amazing proactive decision to push out of B lobby because they were again going for the splits. The mid-bottom position was again the focus for Naos, but they left yung B main open. Nexi wasn't the guy trying to push that down. He was assisting si Ja sa pag-push over mid-bottom. But when they left the space open, that was when Mojer took the chance to take yung first shot. And he was already on the best position just to provide that support over B main anyway. So even if he died, then he provided a lot of time. Space wasted again by Naos Esports, all resulting into the retake scenario this time around. Wits, good shots over to EJ. Translating into at least taking away yung isang crossfire na hinahanap ng Valhalla, but for MNFPS, it's as easy Nexi as getting the headshot. Another out for Georgie. Naos almost got the benefit of getting the first shot sa mid-bottom, but Georgie is stealing everything back up. Using agad yung dismiss, hahanapin si Ja. Kinuha yung headshot, pero sayang na sayang kasi may B-main control na naman ang Valhalla, leaving Papi Chulo to clutch yet again. He has done it before, but it is not gonna happen today. Mojer shuts down Papi Chulo. Match point for Valhalla. One step closer to taking out the space.
May dagdag na tibag pa para lang magsilbing cherry on top, di ba? Sprinkle, sprinkle on top of the cupcake. But now it is definitely the match point here for the side of Valhalla. And we have seen how they've been able to put these members from the side of Naos down. I wonder if it is just because that they are pretty confident with the standings that they have here dito sa leaderboards. They're just having the time of their lives. But at the same time, this leaves a really great statement here for the side of Valhalla because it just means na parang kaya nilang na tapatan itong si Naos, definitely with Georgie leading the charge with a 21-11-6 and available pa ang Empress niya ngayon. It's just going to be ever so crucial nga talaga. But 5-12, mukhang malayo-layo ang kailangan na lakbayan ng Naos kung sakali mo na gusto nila na patasan to or make it for a longer play. But one more round remaining here for the side of Valhalla, and definitely it is going to be our end here for this match.
Yeah. Timeout called for Amix. At now, it's not a lot of chances or events na malalaman natin na pressured si Amix. Hindi natin nakikita usually ang Naos na shaken agad sa kung paano sila ngayon. Pero they've been under the magnifying glass for so long by a lot of these top tier teams. And that is like one of the curses of being one of the best in the Philippines, you know? You're getting studied.
All eyes on them.
Basa ka na. You have a target on your back. And Valhalla are gunning after their bounty. So ngayon lalabas si Valhalla nga naman ang magsa-stand tall against Naos. EJ not even shying away from the challenge over B main Nexi. He had the responsibility of holding that position, but he decides to provide support over to Tesseract. Wants to double peek on towards that A short position, but he decides to leave it alone. Have A short under scrutiny for the side of Valhalla. Everybody from Naos wants to challenge that. Mojer being that first contact. After gamitin yung Killjoy bot, Ja will get again yung unity again for the side of Naos. Georgie gets the first shot. Actually getting a lot of pressure dito sa loob ng A site. Naos, they find a way to extend play dito laban sa Valhalla, but they need to contest against the last two, and that's EJ and MNFPS, who topped the leaderboard para sa Valhalla.
With the current situation here, Valhalla trying to compensate with the difference in terms of their positionings. But at the same time, this is going to be different because all of the members here for the side of Naos is just near at the generator or the backside area. Pero mukhang yun na nga magkakatalo ang dalawang ito at mukhang magkakit-kakitaan na nga sila. But trying to go, sumasayaw-sayaw, pero mukhang meron na yung mga nalalaglag dito sa sahig. M1 FPS a 1v2 and he'll be able to segregate them out. It's still a 6-12 here. Naos still living and breathing.
Yeah, definitely needing badly yung 6-round win dito. One final step would have made the difference for Valhalla, but it was the pressure being dealt with doon sa A-short that possibly it could be the start of something beautiful for Naos. Then on their execute on the A site itself, talagang a lot of pressure dito for Georgie, especially now that he is on the low buy. Putting all of their eyes, all of their money dito kay MNPS, and they even stack up doon sa may B-main. A triple push from Valhalla against the Bullhead. That is Naos Esports. They already made their space. And MNFPS, the only guy with the battle, gets checked, gets punished by Ja. Wallbang headshot pa. Georgie gets punished as well. They all get their spankings, and they all get the reward. A 5 versus 3 mga kaibigan. EJ gets caught by Nexi. Not giving an inch to Valhalla. Even if they got the space over to B main, Naos have flipped it on its head.
Oh my, I mean, it all boils down to the advantage here in terms of guns. Nagkamali ng isa si Valhalla, and this is the domino effect of that mistake. But Valhalla will be able to get their buys in this round. Pero kung sakali man na magkaroon tayo ng percentage or failure on this round, then definitely mukhang malasa lang choice kundi patagalin itong laban na ito. Operator natin already active dito under the hands of EJ. And we all know how EJ is potent with the operator on himself. But ang tanong meron nga ba siyang makukuha dito? Lalong-lalo na that Naos should really think carefully and take care na rin kung sakali man na magkakamit sila dito sa A side natin, and I wonder if they are actually aware dun nga sa existence na yun. Yan nga lang hindi tumama yung shot dito ni EJ. They've been able to go dito sa A side natin already. Opting for the paranoia, blocking the side here of some of our members for the side of Naos, but not necessarily enough. Hindi na naman tumama yung shot natin dito for the side of EJ. Kailangan niya muna mapakalma, pero merong nakatambay dito, Mojer, as well as ang kanyang kasama na si Georgie dito lang sa tree area natin, pero mukha si Tesseract pa nga tatapos sa kanila. Yung no command natin hindi na active dito, papitula naman
hindi niya alam.
pero naku, hindi niya alam. Blaze natin already activated here, lockdown already still.
Nexi!
But Nexi!
Nexi!
Been able to clutch this out. Ay, ang tindi naman nga talaga.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness! In the chaos that was ensuing on A site, the lockdown being commenced dito for Valhalla, they decided to fight. Exchange the site itself for blood for Naos Esports, but it was Tesseract to push through towards that A-short extremity that called upon yung magiging clutch para kay Nexi. They needed not one, not two, but 3 people para patayin yung lockdown at saka yung nag-iisang nandito na si EJ, who would have actually hit the shot on the head, but Nexi was more than enough to kill that off as the time progresses. Nja, again, opening the door towards A site. This is what you do not want to see from Naos if you are on the opposition. When they get the clutches, when time extends, then that is when they pop off, and that is when they get more decisive.
Magkakaroon tayo ng retake dito for the side of Valhalla, pero at what extent would they be able to operate with the limited resources that they have and as well as manpower, which will be able to get M1 FPS for himself. And mukhang may susundan pa. They're just waiting for these members for the side of Valhalla to walk into their crosshairs. And mukhang yun na nga nangyayari ngayon. But mukhang medyo mapapalang lang dito ni Mojer, considering that he tried and opted for to back out, but Wits will be able to secure him. And this is another additional lifeline for the side of Naos.
Again, matatapos under blood. It's a bloodbath all around para dito sa laban na ito. Ja, now he has no hesitation. Given a lifeline because of Nexi's clutch kanina, and he is fired up. Now he feels all the pressure on him, so he will shake it all off just so that he could extend play. This is 3 rounds required out of Naos, mga kaibigan. And in that eco round kanina for Valhalla, they needed to end it quickly kasi Naos could just make the difference dito. No? Kapag nagtagal to, talagang mahihirapan silang makatapos dito.
You should run.
As they get B main control, tactical jet lockdown in place para sa attacking side. Naos waiting patiently for the push shot. After that lockdown commences, Utal out again for the KO. Wits calling upon the push. Naxi shuts up itong si MNFPS. They get the site itself. They even got B main control. So it's a standard B execute, but what happens is the difference maker.
The difference maker here, that is, we're watching for Valhalla to offer a retake here. 4 more people remaining here for the side of Naos, and almost the most impactful ones as well. All of the utilities still available up in their bags. They can definitely just get it out kung sakali man na kailangan nila yon. Pero ngayon, mukhang nagkakaroon tayo ng mga duels here. Gun duels specifically. Pero mukhang hindi ko makonekta dito for the side of which kamuntikan pa. Pero still ngayon, si Nexi pa rin ang tatapos sa kanila. Kanina pa si Nexi nag-ano ng mga shots dito, mga duels na to. Just so pristine, and he's been able to secure or snatch the round para sa kanila once na aware siya na merong tsansa na makaunos dito si Valhalla.
The comeback kings are making another stride. From 6 to 12, nasa 10th round win na ang Naos, mga kaibigan. Valhalla need one more step to kick off ang Naos, and they decide na ngayon tayo mag-force. They could have played the eco this time around para magkaroon ng full buy into the next round, but no. They want to duel them. And Naos trying to make the best out of it. They even use itong si Senior Carl, or actually, Smoker, si Papi Chulo, para magkaroon ng presence over A main. But Ja, again, back to his position on mid-bottom. Nobody looking towards B main, so wala silang split. If ever that they want to take yung B main control as a whole, as MNFPS left to make the responsibility of holding the CT position. Market again under scrutiny. Nag-push na ulit agad tong si Nexi back on B main. So the split is on. Mojer gets pressured. Tesseract will also have to consider tong si Janice positioning. Kaya ngayon na pupush ang Naos. Ngayon na kailangan lumaban ng Valhalla.
Papalag na nga ba sila dito? Because Naos mukhang they
Di
make
alam
their
Mojer.
way here dito sa A-side natin pero di nila alam si Mojer na dito sa likod nila. Oh my, kasulok-sulukan lang naman. Pero si Papi Chulo, mapapatumbayan naman ito kaagad-agad pero hindi ata sapat dahil lamang pa rin in terms of numbers dito on side ng Valhalla. They've been able to put the spike down here onto the B side already. And mukhang sabay-sabay na executions ang balak dito ng side ng Valhalla. 3 on
they
the
slipped
stairs. Oh, this is going to be pretty deadly here but side of Naos, every single one occupying every single nook and cranny possible until si Nexi na lang naiwan na naman, possibly only for another pop of your button entirely enough, and it is going to be the win here for the side of Valhalla. Ladies and gentlemen, eyes on Valhalla, and as well as they might be the topic here amongst the history of Predator League 2024.
They unseated yung favorites natin, mga kaibigan. Congratulations to Valhalla. Not only does that give them yung spot dito sa loob ng playoffs for Predator League, but they also put their mark dito sa loob ng tournament natin. Congratulations sa kanila, but congratulations din kay Naos. It was a very tough comeback to make, and they almost made it happen, but when it came to the retake and when it came to the numbers, Mojer, under pressure, just made the difference all along. Using yung Cloudburst ni Ja para magkaroon sila ng comeback dito.
Yeah, definitely. That's just really interesting din, no? I mean, we have seen that Valhalla has been able, like, yun nga sabi natin, no? 5 brains from different representing our franchise teams just means that they are bound to make the difference. And they've been able to exhibit that. It's just that medyo nahirapan sila i-end ito dahil si Naos talaga hindi nila tinatantanan si Valhalla or like they're not gonna go down without a fight.
Yeah, I mean, it has been one hell of a fight for both of these teams, diba? And they know each other pretty well anyway at this point. Kaya for Naos, I mean, it's not a perfect day for them. Even though they have won like 2 times in a row today, well, they still need to be under scrutiny right now since, you know, Valhalla being the ones to like unseat them has been a huge statement to make kapag isa ka sa mga teams na hindi franchise, wala ka pang esports org, but as a team, as a whole, as a unit, talagang hitting like a truck to everybody that has been on the stage as a whole. Malalaman natin kung sino yung Predator MVP, pero feeling ko talaga sino eh. Alam na alam ko. Parang bago pa lang ilabas sa graphic, alam ko na kung sino eh. As we find out, it is going to be Georgie as the Reyna. 23 frags for this guy. And let me tell you why, ha. Kasi Georgie does not play a Reyna that baits his team. He plays Reyna as a point of contention. Para siyang kailangan natin i-take care si Georgie. Kaya dapat may 2 or 3 magro-rotate para patayin siya. But that also leaves the opposition open for at least a couple of seconds, diba? So, you know, that's what you know. Georgie is an important factor into the team.
Yeah, and not only that, no, parang walang choice yung opponents kundi mag-send ng 2 o 3 miyembro para tapatan siya. Because always in terms of his duels is palaging nagkakaroon ng advantage pagka siya ang nangunguna eh, di ba?
Yeah nga, you know, just impactful plays all around for Georgie as he is the one that makes us mark dito sa group stages natin. And that also means that both Naos and both Valhalla will make their way over to the playoffs, mga kaibigan. But we'll have to confirm that in just a few minutes. Makita lang natin kung ano yung topper news natin na yun na nga. Mukhang nandun na nga sila over at the playoffs. Pero bukas, malalaman natin kung sino yung magsiseat for those 2 open slots dito.
And we have both of these. So parang ang nangyari, no? Parang supplementary fight na lang yung nangyari kanina because we have Valhalla and Naos Esports here amongst the top 4 teams already. And we are yet to see kung sino yung mga malalaban dito for tomorrow. Specifically, Zol Esports, Agtambang Utsingot. We also have Ivy League Gaming and as well as Oasis. So all these teams are gonna be waiting for tomorrow. And this is going to be another roller coaster ride. Pretty similar to what just happened kanina.
Alright, well, before we end off today, let me ask you a question, Mochi. Para sa day 2 natin, sino sa tingin mo magiging top 2?
Top 2? Actually, it's already anticipated that Oasis is gonna be in. But for our second, I'm not quite sure if it's going to be Ivy League or Zol.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
feel
Sige,
like.
sige. Yeah, ako siguro, Oasis and Agtambang Singot.
Ah!
Alay,
That's interesting for the top two, ah.
Ito yung reason bakit. I'm an exotic enjoyer and I'm sure that everybody
Exotic
is
enjoyer.
looking to bounce para dito sa ating day 2. We're
Yeah.
done mga kaibigan sa first day of the group stages. My name is Ramon, with me is Mochi. It has been a wonderful ride dito sa first day of the group stages, but all the action will continue tomorrow para sa second day natin. Thank you so much sa mga na-participate dito and congratulations nga pala sa mga nanalo. Before that, we would like to thank our official sponsor, ang Predator Gaming, Intel at saka Planet 9. Bukas mga kaibigan, makikita namin kayo para sa second day of group stages.
Ingat!
Grounded.
One enemy remaining. Standing. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Done. Enemy killed.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike down mid. One enemy remaining. Long. Cutting them.
Headshot.
Last player standing.
Stay down.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Enemy down.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Let me
Spike down.
Yikes.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.